Good evening, everyone, and good evening to Santi. Hello. Why can't I hear you? You're muted, I think. Are you? Come on. There we
Yes,
go.
I was. Now
There we go. Great
yeah,
start. Good evening, Santi. How are you?
everything is well. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm good too.
And
Um,
how is everyone?
yeah, how is everyone in the chat as well? Of course, we're eager to know. Quick
Hmm.
mention because I have a tendency to, kind of read what's going on in the chat. And I'm going to ask and request everyone to just keep entirely quiet about what happened in the semifinals because this guy doesn't
Yeah,
know. So we're gonna go through that live here right now. So I've
yeah,
got one spoiler, unfortunately, but for hopefully that's the only one. So please be quiet about everything that happened in the
hmm,
semis in the chat because we're gonna be
yeah.
going through that here. Santi obviously knows what happened because he can't help himself not checking it out. So
I didn't
yeah,
know we were keeping it a surprise.
no, of course you didn't.
We
But
weren't.
if we
Hmm.
had kept it a surprise, would you be able to not check? No,
No, probably not.
no, probably not. Exactly. So
But either way, it's better that I know so that I can read them out loud to you and we can get the
oh
reaction.
yeah, so I shouldn't put them up on the screen
Hmm.
or anything like that. You just read me them, and then you'll just say everything incorrectly,
Hmm.
so I'll get surprised while you're just messing with me, basically.
You just gave me a really good idea. I wasn't planning on doing that, but
Yeah,
now that
I'm
you say that,
I'm imagining that you're gonna say, "Oh, Latvia finished 15th with 0 points." I'm just waiting for it.
that would hurt me more than it would hurt you
I have a
if I
very
said
hard
that.
time thinking that, but okay. Um, I guess I mean, we're basically gonna be here for a while. I think we have some predictions to get through, both in the
Yep.
final and in semis. We also have some predictions for everyone in the chat who joined us on Friday.
Hmm. And
Who
I'm trying to calculate the results of it, but you were 37 people submitting still, so I'll be doing it slowly
Yeah,
but
yeah,
surely.
yeah. We're gonna crown a winner tonight, basically. But if you win,
Mhm.
you're gonna get nothing. So sorry about that. You'll get the
No, you're gonna
pride,
get respect. Yeah.
respect. Yeah, respect. Exactly. And other than that, we're also, of course, gonna talk about the results because we haven't. I didn't stream yes. I thought that I was gonna stream yesterday and just like go through the results, but I had no energy to do so. Honestly, I was so tired at the end of it. It was a long show.
Mihailo, that is not the sun shining because, in fact, I am in Belgium, so we don't have the sun here. I have a lamp. That's the difference.
Huh. Santi, repeat to me
Yes.
what I said before you got distracted.
Uh,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Stop being a teacher. I'm an adult now. I'm not in primary school anymore.
All right.
God.
I will mention it again, Santi. The show was
Mhm.
really long, wasn't it?
Yes.
I was really tired at the end of it, as you can imagine. Maybe you weren't,
Yes.
because I think you were out during the show.
Yeah, I mean, I was tired regardless, but then I continued going out because there was a bar slash club. I guess it's more of a bar. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they were doing a Eurovision themed drag show. And so I just enter. And first of all, they're playing Because of You, but that's not the
Uh-huh.
show. And then when the music stops, you have a drag queen as Lazaragis coming in on the bar counter and doing the whole performance right there. And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Good choice for a bar, I
Yeah, and
guess.
then they did a bunch of other ESC songs, and the most random one is they did "Magic Oh Magic" by Italy
Oh,
in I don't remember what year, in the
I think
70s.
eight. No, it's in the 80s. I think
Is
it
it?
might be 85, which is the next year we're gonna watch on a watch along. I think that might be it actually. But
Maybe.
that's a very random choice for a song.
Yeah. Then they did "Playing with Fire," "My Number One,"
Uh huh.
"Rise Like a Phoenix," "Every Way That I Can." They did a bunch of nice
Lots of
songs. It
classics.
was a fun time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm happy you had
So yeah.
fun. I was watching it on my own at home
Mhm.
in my couch. So,
Too tired.
however, I might have been more satisfied with the results than you. So maybe our nights were equally
Possibly.
possibly. I mean,
I don't know.
both me and Santi were rooting for the same song, but I think I'm more, what's it called, satisfied with the actual outcome than Santi is.
You're Swedish.
That's doesn't belong to the point, you know. It's
Hmm.
but you know, 7 wins and 2 times for Loreen. You know, it's all part of something beautiful. I think.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't let
Should
the
we?
arrogance get to your head too much.
I mean, we're just kind of satisfied now. We got the 7. That's
Yeah.
now someone else is allowed to win. We just needed the 7. Should
Just
we?
need to beat Ireland.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe we need 8 so we can
Mhm.
be like sole number one. But we'll. I can wait like 3 years max, and then that's around the time we should get number 8. Because I
The
don't
end
think.
sits in being German.
Wonder what success is. Well, you
That's
should have been
painful.
alive in the 80s, DM. Then you could have experienced it. I also think that probably Ireland is probably not going to challenge that 7 number anytime soon, right? By the way that
Nah,
it's
you
looking right
think?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Mm. Maybe Luxembourg has a better chance of catching up now that they're coming back.
Honestly,
Mm.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. It's
It,
going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. And
mhm.
I like it's such a consistent theme as well. When I've been doing mainly Sporkle quizzes on this channel and been doing like older Eurovision songs, all of these
Mhm.
damn French titles, and now we can get even more of them because Luxembourg's coming back. So I struggle with saying évidemment even, and that's like just one word, you know.
And the amount of times she says it in the songs, I think you should be able to pick it up eventually.
I picked it up now. I think the first time
Hmm.
I read it, I probably still struggled. Um, But France has actually been quite helpful lately because a lot of short, sweet titles. You had Merci, you had Foulaine, you had Je cherche and Requiem. Like they've been easy lately. But then you have
Yeah,
France. What's the one called from '91 that tied with Sweden?
c'est le dernier qui a parlé qui a raison.
Exactly that one. It's never gonna.
You said Fångad av en stormvind. That's not that much shorter.
Which one? Say it again.
Fångad av en
Oh,
stormvind.
oh,
Is
you
that?
spoke in Swedish. Yeah, I couldn't
Mhm.
tell because you spoke fast.
Oh,
But
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were just criticizing my pronunciation.
no
I'm
way,
pleasantly
no
surprised.
way. If anyone attempts Swedish and actually does Swedish, then I will commend that. You just spoke too fast, so that's. Fulan wasn't in French though. Yeah, fair point. I mean, just French songs, I
Hmm.
guess. I'm not the
Breton.
linguist here. Santi is.
Am I?
Even though I'm the language teacher, you're the linguist, I
I,
guess.
g- I- I guess.
Yeah. Regardless,
Mm,
we haven't really planned anything. Like, are you surprised? We haven't planned anything, but we're going to go through predictions. But we wanted to start
mhm.
with just talking about the results. Um,
Yeah,
should we just like, should we like go through the entire scoreboard basically and just?
I think we can basically talk randomly about this or that thing
All
without
right.
following
So
an order.
structure. I should mention that for our
What structure?
prediction, yeah, I should mention that for our prediction stream that we did on Friday, I added timestamps so that you can like click where you like for if you wanted to listen to what we said about Estonia, you can go to that timestamp, and that's kind of what like that's helpful. But when Santi suggests we just talk randomly about what happened,
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
can't make any
Fine.
timestamps because
We will go from 26 to first,
will we really?
or first to 26. Yeah, more or less.
All right. I'll put up the final results on the screen. Let's see.
Hmm.
Maybe I should go on. Should I go on Wikipedia or Eurovision World? Where's the?
I think Eurovision World is nicer.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. Okay, yeah. Here's the final. Let's see. Uh, it's just
Je
gonna take a
devrais
while
apprendre le
to.
français à Groot. Effectivement, il faudrait que je fasse ça un de ces jours. I should teach you French,
Très
according
bien.
to Schnitzel.
Très bien. Um,
Varsao.
there we go. Oh, it's actually kind of small, isn't it? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, like that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's really, really good. Also, a funny thing about Eurovision World's website, of course, like if you go on the main page, you have this who's the best ESC winner in the last 10 years. And basically,
Mm.
Euphoria has been first on this list forever. And now, obviously, it's not 10 years anymore, so Euphoria got removed. But Loreen is still on the list because Tattoo came
Yeah.
in instead.
I saw that
However,
because the official channel uploaded the last 10 winners video,
yeah, and
and
Loreen's still
she's
in
still
it.
on there
Yeah,
now.
but I can't imagine Tattoo actually being first on this list now. No, it's second. Cite Buone is first. So
Good.
no,
I
like
put Amarperos though, it's above it, but
if you would, should we actually like? Okay, this is really unstructured. But what if you'd rank the last 10 winners?
ooh.
Ooh,
Mm,
uh,
mm.
okay.
So,
Don't do it like that. Just pick three. Your three favorites. If you have the
no,
stream on your phone, you can see on screen right now
yeah.
because I got them up.
Um, yeah, I mean, with a delay, but yeah. But don't worry, I have the winners in my mind, I think. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say my favorite is Portugal,
Mm-hmm.
which no bias at all here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'd say Zitiawani is my second favorite, and probably 1944 as a third favorite.
Mm.
I think those three are my. If Fight Rumore was among these, it would
Yeah.
be up there.
Well, are we sure that Fire Mora would have won though? I doubt it.
No, but I like to think it would.
Yeah, I'd like to live in that bubble as well. Just thinking
Hmm.
Fire Mora won in 2020. Um, if I were to pick mine, I would definitely have 1944 first. I think, even though like I never listen to it anymore, but the amount of times I've listened to it is just enough to kind of give it that. I guess.
Hmm.
Um, I'd probably go as far as to say that Arcade might be my second in here. Like I love Amar
Hmm.
Pelos Dois as well, but I that's also a song that I never really set out to listen to. Like it's magical for
Oh,
those
I
3 minutes. Yeah, well, but like the 3 minutes
Mhm.
you see it in the arena in that final. Like if you watch 2017 when Portugal comes on, you're not doing anything else. You're sitting there and you're taking in every second of it. But I never really seek out to go to it. And with Arcade,
Mhm.
that's like if I listen to it today, I still love it. And in reality, I guess Amar Pelosdois would be my third. But just to be a bit different, I'm gonna throw Stefania into the mix because I love that. That's
Okay, yeah,
it's
it is a great song.
hmm, tons of fun. I think.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, always gets me going. I still have it in my in my workout playlists, all of them. It's everywhere for me. Okay, with the small little you call it a detour? You don't call it a detour when you're doing it like this, but
I guess so.
okay, small detour. Uh, we got the results in front of us here. Um, I
Hmm.
don't think we should go too much into like sorting them after jury and tell. We're just gonna go 26 Germany and then we talk
Total.
about it.
Yeah.
And you have everything in your mind, right? Like how they did in jury and televote.
No, I don't, but I have the website open as well.
Oh, perfect.
But I mean, for Germany, it's easy enough. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we actually
mhm.
did. Okay, this will go right into what we said when we did the predictions. But I think we both said, at least I remember I said that I knew that Germany would be stuck towards the bottom of the scoreboard throughout the entire jury voting, and I was right.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then you thought it would be 11th in the televote, and I thought it would be 14th.
And neither of us was right on that one.
It got 24th.
Oh, really? Was that low? Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I mean, we neither of us expected it to be actually dead last, but that's where it ended up, and I think it's kind of
that's
harsh.
painful.
Yeah, it is painful. Like it's not among my favorites or anything, but Lost is a bit over the top, I
Yeah,
guess.
me too.
Mm.
I just redid my own ranking, and I placed it 15th of the final. So it's like
That's
it's not.
yeah. I mean, it's mid-table
Mhm.
though.
Yeah, that's where it would deserve to be, I think. But yeah, voting doesn't favor songs that I guess people would rank mid-table. You need
I
to be someone's favorite.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a song that you could imagine being someone's favorite, like a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I did expect it to get like at least a few dozen points in
yeah,
televote, right?
yeah. The televote
But
was
no.
what was surprising, I'd say. However, when you say it was
Mhm.
24th in televote, I mean it was 1 point behind Serbia, Portugal, and Austria, who were, I guess, tied for
Who were all
21st.
criminally underrated, by the way.
Yeah, I'd say I say so. However, something that I think about, like when we always talk about like, oh, this was underrated and this didn't get enough points. There
Hmm.
were a lot of good songs this year. Like
Yeah,
there are not that many that they
totally.
can place above. Like if I did my own personal ranking of this, you said you put it 15th. I wouldn't have Germany that high. I'd think somewhere around 20th, not higher than that.
Yeah.
Um, I think they performed the hell out of it and it was really enjoyable. But then also, like, when I think back, maybe it slipped through the cracks a little bit. It was 21st in the running order. And I mean, it was basically
Mhm.
right after Norway, which I guess got some steam. And then Israel was very close after it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of paid most attention to Slovenia coming after that. So, mm,
I have, I don't know. I feel like at some point I start to believe the curse of Germany,
mm. Yeah, I mean,
which is painful.
as Jeffrey just said in the chat, Sister is the second most successful German entry in the last 8 or 9 years. Which is, I mean, they have one good result, and then Sister is the second best result they have.
And that's a crime.
Oh,
Especially when that year you had Lily Among Clouds, who was right there with Surprise. But let's
I
not talk
remember.
about that.
I remember that vaguely. I think. Yeah,
You should remember it more. It's
yeah,
great.
but I didn't follow the national finals in 2019.
Me neither. I just followed that artist
Ah,
specifically
okay,
before the national final. So,
okay, fair point. Um,
mhm.
all right, we both think Germany was a bit done, like a bit hard by done, but maybe it's not that unexpected that especially it finished. Was it lost in the jury vote? It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean we were a bit surprised that it finished so low in the televote, but maybe not surprised that it was bottom five overall.
Yeah, that I mean that much I expected. I just
Mm,
thought it wouldn't be dead last,
yeah.
but
To the
maybe that
song
was
that
wishful thinking.
to the song that I would have expected to be dead last, but I was kind of pessimistic when we did our predictions, so I predicted it a bit higher. But I was so certain
Mhm.
that, like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, Sweden's jury is gonna give this points, which they did. And then I can't really justify anyone voting for it. I sound very harsh now, but the UK was by far the worst performance during that night. I'm not holding back on that one. I thought it was absolutely subpar compared to everything that was before it. 25 songs performed, and neither of them was on par with UK, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I still like the UK more than the likes of Poland, and that's
Hmm.
it. But
Hmm. Performance wise as well.
no, I don't know. Poland is a weird one for me. I just have I'm just exhausted by it. I'm mentally exhausted by Poland.
Mm. I mean, we're gonna get to that one in a bit, but
Yeah.
I would
But,
understand if you prefer UK over that, but then that's still only one song you have below it.
mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the UK would have been the natural last place, but
Yeah, I mean, if we choose between UK and Germany, surely, like maybe
yeah, the
performance
UK
wise, the
is
UK should have been below.
mhm.
I mean, I'm kind of in the biased position, I guess, because I've always been very what's it called? Very vocal about my displeasure of this song as a whole. And then it was performed in a way that didn't really elevate my thoughts about the whole package. I th-
That's one way to put it.
yeah,
You
I
could say
mean,
you just like didn't like it at all.
I didn't like the song, and I hated the performance, and everything was just. I mean, in my world, it was on par. I don't think I've only said this to you, right? I think it was on par with Cry Baby from 2003. There are too many
I think that's
similarities
super
between the
harsh.
two. Maybe that's super harsh. I mean, it's vocally a little bit better, I'll admit that. But just this, like, I
Mhm.
find too many similarities. I also find this similarity, with this stupid little guitar segment they throw in throughout the entire song here that adds nothing to the song. Crybaby has that as well. But Crybaby actually
Mhm.
does something with it. Um, so I guess 1-0 to Crybaby there, and maybe this year can get 1-1 back because it was vocally a little bit better. But then as well, like choreography, I
A
didn't
little
really
bit. Okay.
a little bit better, but like choreography wasn't really something that I thought was much better this year either than Crybaby. I mean,
There was very little energy.
20 years have passed. Obviously, like the stage will be improved, the effort has been improved, and they're still kind of not exceeding the standard set by Crybaby, in my opinion. You all can come for me in the chat. It's no problem, but I'm just saying what I think about
I like how you say the standard set by Crybaby.
it. Don't you think? I
That
mean,
is the thing. No one has ever said that in any context before.
I mean, standards can be low as well. So
Yeah. I know. It's just,
okay, okay, I understand. If vocally, it's not as bad, obviously, but I just get like the vibe that the song is giving me as well is similar. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's a stretch. That's completely fine, but
yeah.
yeah, okay,
I'm saying it too.
okay, all right.
I think
Regardless,
you're very harsh because this year is just a lot more competitive than 2003 or the
2003 is
2000s.
a good year though.
Well, yeah, but there's like maybe what 10 good songs and then 15 very meh ones.
Nah, nah. I'm more biased towards 2003 than you because it was my first year.
I was 2 years old, so
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I wouldn't remember that.
Are we having any? No, we're not. We're not sticking around for more UK talk. We're moving on. I think.
Enough about the UK.
Yeah, enough about the UK. It happened. It was fun for the UK to actually like. Did you see how
Mhm.
much they improved their viewing numbers this year? It was like such a
They beat their
massive.
record.
Yeah, exactly. And
I
only for
think like
them to.
11 million people showed up to see them end up second to last.
Yeah, I mean, kind of anticlimactic, I guess, but oh well.
slightly.
Serbia finished 24th, Santi. You can't be happy about that. No.
I mean, I accept it. It's I get why people didn't connect to it. I get why it's not very accessible. The fact that it's early as well makes it difficult. There was no Montenegro, Macedonia, Bosnia to give it
Mm.
24 or 24 24.
Well, it was still
But
Croatia and Slovenia.
yeah, and I don't remember how much if they gave
They
it
got
something.
30 total from both, like
Yeah.
16 from televote and 14 from jury. But let's be honest, like jury, we kind of expected it down there, didn't we?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that televote would be the ones to at least give it like a couple dozen, similar to Germany.
Mm, me too. I think I even like we'll get to the predictions later, but I think I had it eighth in the televote prediction, which is absolutely
Correct. I
not
have
where
the
it.
image here.
Oh, you have the image, yeah. Which is absolutely not where it got. So, are we thinking that? I just see. We have some negative thoughts about Serbia in the chat, and then someone comes with a
Wow.
very positive one. We got Serbia just whispered the whole song, which I guess is kind of true.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, but
Serbia
that's the point of it.
Serbia actually deserved last, Steve says. And then we have Sanela says, "Oh my god, I love Serbia. Running order ruined them." So Sanela, you're with Santi on this one, and me, I think.
Yeah, we're having
I
a lot
like
of
it.
contrasts over
Yeah,
here.
it's a divisive one. But I really liked this one as well, and I've always done so, of course. But I think it was better in the final than it was in the semi. I thought he
Yeah, I
did an
agree.
improvement. Yeah, and that final minute,
At
I
some
think,
point,
is
the audio
very
mixing
enjoyable.
was a bit weird, but yeah.
Mm, mm. But it's like also when you listen to the song, you just feel like, wow, this instrumental is absolutely massive, which I think is its greatest asset. And I
Mhm.
guess maybe not everyone like gets that because you're listening maybe on mediocre speakers or you're watching it like you did in a
Mhm.
bar where it's a lot of
Yeah,
background noise. Like this song really like has its strength when you listen to it carefully with headphones or with a really good speaker because that's when you
yeah,
really
because
get the massive sound of it.
you know the big electronic noise effect after he goes sound and then you have the big like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that stuff. If you're not listening with decent equipment, is just going to sound like your
Yeah, it's just white
thing
noise
just
then.
broke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and you
It's
lose the melody about it.
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. So I understand why it didn't click with people, but I mean, I thought since it qualified, I
Mhm.
thought it was gonna, still like it had fans, obviously, like
Mhm.
televote wise, but not enough apparently. And I mean, it was quite far behind the rest, honestly. Like it was very close to the UK in the standings, and then very far up to the next one. Uh, you said you
Uh,
can't pin.
yeah.
Should I pin something?
Yes, you should pin no spoilers about the semi-final results
Oh, okay,
because Groot does not know them yet.
okay.
Mhm.
I will write a comment about that and pin. Please do not spoil the semi-final results in chat. Okay, I will. I will pin that. Is it pinned? It is
And
pinned.
in the
Okay.
yeah, it is.
All
And in
right.
the
Perfect.
meantime, I will see how we did for the semi qualifiers, but we can keep on talking about the results.
Yeah, we have
So yeah,
23.
Serbia
we have
really underrated, but
we have
yeah,
23 songs to go, so I guess we'll pick it up
quite
a
a
little
few.
bit. Well, quite a few. We
Mhm.
both like Serbia way more than 24th. Let's just say that much. I think both of us also liked Portugal way more than for it to be 23rd,
Yeah,
but we both kind of expected it to be a bit down here, right?
for sure. Because the staging being very bare bones, to not
Yeah.
say full on empty,
Mm.
is a bit yeah made it a bit difficult for it to stand out, especially being so early, second in running order.
Something that I thought
But
about a lot during the voting was like, how would it have gone if they actually had the Festival da Canção staging with it? Like, obviously, people would remember
mhm,
it much more. Like, it would leave a visual impression in a completely different way than
yeah,
this did.
but maybe not that much higher. Maybe like 18th.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it would have changed massively, but it might have boosted a little. But
Mm. Sushi Visa brings up a good point though. Like second in the running order. That is a part of it as well. Like obviously, a lot of the songs early on did quite poorly in the televote mainly. Like Portugal still
Mhm.
got not a lot, but it still got 43 points from the jury, and we thought that the televote was going to be where it actually got its majority of points, which might have been affected, of course, with it being second in the running order. Like a
Yeah.
lot of the songs early on didn't get that much.
Hmm.
Mm. Um, let's see. World Sasuri actually says excellently staging. Do you really think so, World Sasuri? Or are you talking about a
Mm.
completely separate song? I don't really know because because there was no staging.
Mhm.
Um,
I like what Andy said. Constructa did very well, mainly because of the meme factor. Don't overestimate the casuals because they don't actually listen to the songs properly like we do.
I mean,
I love the absolute arrogance of that
yeah,
comment, but I agree with it.
yeah. I
But
mean,
it's great.
there is a point
Yeah.
in that because obviously, if you turn on the TV and you just want to have a good like show, you're not gonna vote for the more intriguing songs from production
Mhm.
side or songwriting. You're gonna vote for the memes, obviously, and then to an extent there
Mhm.
will be some for the other style as well.
Hang on. I saw a message for half a second that I want to read out.
Hmm.
Uh, Sushi Visa says, I literally dressed as Luke Black in Manifestation of a good result,
Hmm.
which hurts. But you know what hurts way more? So before the show, I actually went by and got myself a little Spanish flag.
We're not on Spain yet, Santi.
I know, but I'm just going to mention this
Hmm.
because it's relevant to the
To talking about
to the
Serbia.
embarrassment. Mhm.
Hmm.
You know, I'll save this story for later, but just know, Sushi Visa, that I relate to you a lot, and you're going to hear the story after.
I think both of you just jinxed it instead. It could be it.
Got okay. Another thing, when I was going to that place in the metro, I saw a guy who is a guy I knew from my first year of uni,
Mm.
but I haven't talked to since. Anyway, I didn't even say hi because I barely know him anymore, but I just recognize him. Do you know what his this guy's name is?
No.
Lorin, but Lorin.
Interesting.
And so I sent a message to Max saying, I just saw this guy for the first time in years on the night of the final. Is
And
this a sign?
hmm maybe it was, huh? Maybe it
I think
was.
it was.
Mm.
Or maybe Sweden was the favorite anyway.
Uh, it's lovely with all of your what's it called, like the um, side stories and anecdotes. And we got Alipan in the
Hmm.
chat telling you stay on
Stay
topic,
on top.
Santi, or teacher will be cross.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I don't think he's allowed to beat his students with a ruler like in the old days anymore.
How will I do that through a screen? What I could do is just ship you out. I'll just kick you out of the stream, and then that's what I could do.
You could edit me with like,
Oh
the dunce
yeah.
dunes hats.
Oh yeah. I could
That's
sit
a
here
thing.
and scribble things all over your
Mhm.
webcam. So, you're giving so many good ideas now. Ah, wonderful. We'll
Bullying.
move on. We both liked Portugal way
Mhm.
more than 23rd as well, but we kind of expected it down here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Sad, but
22nd, we had Albania, which I think is
mhm.
like quite quite decent in there. I mean, obviously, it
Mhm.
was right. They
Yeah,
they got like top 10 in the televote, didn't they?
yeah. They got 10th exactly.
Mm. It was very close, of course, for 10th, but still they got 10th.
Mhm.
And I mean, we were
Mhm.
skeptical before the semi that like, is it going to be enough for them? And then they went through, and it was like really positive surprise. I think both of us expected
Mhm.
it to do quite poorly in the jury, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that much was fairly obvious. I want to say
Mm. Uh,
juries rarely go for this sort of. Yeah.
yeah, except or well, 2018 was a completely different song. I just think Albania in general has only really gotten jury support in 2018, right?
Yeah,
Um, Empo heard
maybe
someone say
2012, I guess.
Empo said heard someone say Albania didn't do well during the jury show, but I don't know if they are correct. I mean, that could be the
I have
case.
no idea.
No, me
Maybe.
neither. But I think the result that Albania got is very respectable in my opinion. I think it's just right. I think,
Hmm.
like we both
Yeah.
said, it's probably going to be, top bottom five. It's just happy to be in the final, and the fact that it actually got so much televote support, I think, is wonderful. Yeah,
Hmm.
they should be happy
Yeah,
with that.
it's good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'm just happy they made it, and they didn't get complete. We were obviously a bit worried, like Sweden was right before them. Like how overshadowed are they going to be? Apparently not that much because they still got a bunch of televotes.
I mean, they have a very strong diaspora and a more reliable one than Serbia,
Santi, just let
I
them
will
have
say.
this one,
Yeah.
know?
No, they can. I mean, we said they deserve votes. It's not
Yeah, yeah.
because it's diaspora votes that they're undeserved.
Mm. I have no idea. It says Evita would have smashed the juries, but getting through the semifinal with Alika, Monica, and Iri would have been tough. Do you think Evita would have smashed the jury vote, Santi? You've heard
I
Evita, right?
have not heard Evita's song. No.
Oh god. Okay, we're moving on, I guess.
Is Evita the song or the singer?
Evita is the song that finished, like that actually
Okay.
won Festivali in Kenges, but they changed the system this year, so they didn't send their winner.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but Evita, if I answer you, I have no idea. I think Evita would have maybe not smashed the juries, but I think if Evita would have been in, it would have definitely taken a lot of points from Estonia, who obviously did very well in the jury. Vlad says Evita would have been second in the juries. I'm not sure about that. I think Du Evita would still probably be above it because it's Italian and it's juries.
Because it's Italian.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, more maybe with Aduantas. Evita would have been a top five jury song, provided they cut it down well because it was too long. Oh yeah, they would have had to cut it, but yeah, top five I could have seen in the jury for them. But then televote would probably maybe give it like as much as Duja. I think it's still a missed opportunity if they didn't send it. So Evita would mix things up as well as Suri says. I agree with that. Hmm. Slovenia, Santi, ready to cry. They finished 21st.
Even worse. I like how in our prediction live stream you're like, I'm gonna be pessimistic and put them
Yeah.
like 17th, and I said I'm gonna be optimistic and put them like 7th, and
And here we are. And it's, I mean, 78
yeah,
points, only 2 points ahead of Albania. Quite far, like not that far away from the rest, but still, it's a pretty big gap.
yeah,
And I'm mostly like I expected low points from the jury. They got 33 points there. 45 points from the televote is respectable, but I really thought with that performance, like they're so what you call it, like engaging to watch. You can't look away from the screen when they're on for three
definitely.
minutes. I would have expected
I
more
guess
people
people
to really
did.
click with that. I guess people did, yeah, maybe. It's
It's just rough.
it is rough.
It's yeah.
I mean, I always kind of expected them, like, I'd never expected them to really be towards the top. When they were in the odds and everyone thought they were going to win the semi and everything like that, I never bought into that.
Mhm.
I never see good things happen to songs like this that I love. Um,
You know, Luke Black, when he was asked after qualifying, "Are you happy you qualified? Do you expect to qualify?" He says, yes, I'm not used to good things happening to me."
yeah. Yeah, relatable, I guess.
Same guy.
um, but yeah, it's unfortunate for
Which is hard.
Slovenia. Um, I think they have such a great performance to it that I really thought the televotes was gonna go a bit more crazy for it, but I guess they were too busy voting for Poland or and stuff like that. Um, Still, I mean, 21st, they still got a respectable amount of points from both semi or both televote and jury,
Mhm.
but not enough in my opinion.
Mhm.
Far from it.
X Ibir mentions a weird sound mix in Slovenia.
Mm-hmm.
I think I see what they mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personally, I enjoyed it that way, but yeah, like how the vocals were a bit louder compared to the instrumental
Okay.
in comparison to other entries, I guess.
Mm.
Hmm.
I didn't think of it too much. I don't really have the most fantastic equipment when I watch Eurovision on TV. But I'll pay attention to that when I listen to the live version in with headphones moving forward. Um, Empo says considering some other televotes, 45 is pretty good. It is, but I mean it's lower than,
Sure.
for instance, like Albania. Um, so yeah. Think you
By the way,
overestimate the effect of Joker Out's charisma, neutral viewers find it harder to instantly connect with a band that they've never seen before and with almost no staging. I I actually
Hmm.
would disagree with that because I think they're the most inviting. I mean, I get it. Like, if you don't know the band, then it's going to be hard to connect with them. But when they start playing and you have that intro that really sets the tone right away, and they're like dragging down the or like removing the curtains or whatever to display their band name, and just exudes of this charisma. I feel like I don't need to know who they are. I still want to watch what they're all about because they're so energetic right from the first second. I don't know.
But is it enough to vote after that?
I
That's the
guess
question.
that's the question. Yeah, I guess that's the
Hmm.
thing
I
with
think
it.
the fact that it's such an earworm is
Mm.
also part of the factor because I think a lot of people are going to find themselves with the melody in their head, like in the
Yeah, when they've
upcoming
heard it a
days,
few times, when they've gotten used to it, maybe.
and then they're going to be, wait, this was actually really good. Maybe we
Mm.
should have voted. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
But then maybe they check out their other music and the band has some success and
Oh, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
yeah, maybe.
Um, yeah, happy for them that they qualified though. Like Slovenia, they have a rough time usually, so really happy they actually qualified. So
That's my thoughts on like quite a few songs. I'm just happy they qualified.
yeah, I guess. Do you think Slovenia would have qualified from the first semi though? That's
I'm not going to answer this
oh yeah,
because
because
my
you know
answer
how
will
well it
be
did.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. We're moving on to Switzerland.
But
Both of us expected it to do well in the jury vote. Both of us expected it to get like 3 points in the televote, which it didn't. It actually got
it
31.
was a bit more measured than those two.
Yeah. And it didn't do as well in the jury vote as both we expected. I mean, Estonia was basically the one who took all of the ballot jury points, along with Italy, of
You know, I
course.
put
But
Switzerland as fourth in the
fourth in the
jury vote.
jury. I think I had it
Which, to
like
be fair,
eighth
I
or
was doing
something.
my random ranking and sort of
Yeah,
forgetting where things were.
yeah.
But
But still.
I still thought it would top 10. But it got
Where
14th in juries, I think.
oh, 14th. That's actually pretty low. I mean, that's bottom
Hmm.
half.
Yeah.
Hmm. Still
Hmm.
though, I mean, 31 points from the televote, I think is really great for him.
Hmm.
Um,
For a song like this, for Switzerland as well, yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a massive improvement from what they sent last year, within a similar style of music, of course.
Hmm.
And this one actually got appreciated by both groups, both televote and jury. And
Hmm.
also, I'm just very pleased that there were enough people to vote for him in televote as well, due to how well I think he performs it. I think like when you've
The
watched all
fact
of
he qualified is testament enough that there was some Talbot support to it, you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
But I mean, still, you also have I mean, you have the Serbia and the Portugal and the Austria who got 16 points in televote. I mean, they obviously had support in the semi as well. But
Hmm.
for Switzerland, the main thing I will take away with me, and I've already said this to Santi, but I'll tell everyone in the chat now as well, how he's running when he's preparing for the high note, like in the middle of the line,
Yeah.
like his final vocal line in the song, he's running while singing and then doing the high note right as he stops. It's incredibly impressive, and there's no one else who did that year for sure, right? Like
Hmm.
I was blown away by just how you actually feel the confidence in yourself to attempt that and then nail it as well. I'm very
I guess
impressed.
Noah Carell maybe, but it's dancing and then
Mm.
um,
I mean, Chanel did it last year, of course, when she danced and sung at the
well,
same time, but not, not the high notes and not really like being in the middle
mhm.
of running. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she took a breather and she even pulled out the fan before the long notes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that should absolutely be something that people take with them from this performance, how impressive that
Mhm.
is. And I hope that people like obviously it got some televote support, so people were impressed by him,
Mhm.
I'm sure. And I think that's really lovely to see. Overall, they finished 20th. I think that's kind of about
Yeah,
where, yeah. I mean, it's
I
reasonable.
think it's fair enough.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm fine
Something
with it.
that I guess you don't think is fair enough is Poland finishing 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 points from the jury, expected, I guess. Sounds about right, you know.
Yeah,
But
12 points too many, but yeah.
okay, 81 points from the televote, Santi. Where did those
Yeah,
come from?
maybe we should have seen the fact that it's one of the most streamed songs in the year.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it is very radio friendly, and people will find it
Yeah.
very catchy, and they will hum along to it, and they will find it that this is really catchy and cool and nice, and
Hmm.
they will like it. But I mean, I think we've just within the Eurovision community, we've made such a negative, like
Yeah.
we've left a very negative mark on it as a whole. So I don't think we really see it the way that I guess the casual viewer does.
Which, to be fair, we're still affected by the first performance we saw of it live, which
Yes.
that would not have qualified.
Yeah,
I
you mean
don't
from the
think.
national final, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. That was
I don't see how that would have qualified.
no, no. Um,
Even the Polish diaspora would not have been able to save that.
um, yeah, I mean, Charlotte says this as well. Like, Solo was a radio hit before it was sent to the national final in several countries, which is the case. I mean, I remember like really reflecting on that when I first listened to the song, like how many views it had on YouTube when I first listened to it. I was like, is this
Yeah.
even allowed? But apparently it is, you know. Um, and Dian says, I was watching a chat full with many Germans, and almost everyone liked Poland for being a normal radio pop song. Yeah, so I guess that's why it really ended up getting all of those points, you know.
Yeah. Maybe I just have this vision that if you're going to listen to normal radio pop,
Hmm.
Eurovision shouldn't really be the place to look for it. But I mean, I guess it's for everyone, it's for anything.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, I always
mhm,
think as well, like the people who enjoyed Poland, surely it's like
mhm.
they also enjoy Norway and Israel, right? And then why end
Maybe
up
they give
voting?
votes to all three.
Okay,
I don't
maybe
know.
they did. Who knows? But
Maybe they spread it out.
mm. So they got 93 points. It's kind of unfortunate, or no, 93. Kind of unfortunate they got one more point than Switzerland. I mean, I wouldn't have minded switching those two around. Slovenia was a bit further behind, like 15 points behind, so it's a bit of a stretch. But just the concept of Poland finishing above Switzerland, or not Switzerland, Slovenia, is kind of hard to take, I'd say. But
And
uh,
Serbia and Portugal, but
okay, fair. I mean, yeah. Oh well. At least it didn't, get top half or anything. Like it's still towards the bottom. I don't think anyone can be too
yeah.
upset with it. It's not like it does any harm on finishing 19th. I mean, apparently there were enough people to really enjoy it. So
Yeah, more power to them. It's fine.
yeah, let's just hope that the Polish delegation doesn't think that these movie maker effects is a winning formula now or a
I can't
qualifying
believe
formula.
they've qualified twice now with that strategy.
Yeah,
And
I mean, last year they had a
they
pretty
missed out
damn
with
good song
Galicia,
though.
which I really liked.
But last year they actually had a
Yeah,
great song to back it up. Okay,
I
Santi,
didn't like it at all. I
lynching
felt nothing
lynching
for
you
it.
soon. All right.
I'm just a
Uh,
Poland hater.
okay,
Okay,
but compare Solo with River. Which one's better, Santi?
Rever.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Come on.
In 18th, something that I'm pretty happy about, honestly. Moldova managed up finishing 18th and got pretty big support from the televote,
Mhm.
which is wonderful to
Yeah,
see, I think. 20 points from the jury. I expected that heading into the final. I think you did
mhm.
too, right? I
Yeah. I
rem-
thought the jury would kill it, and then the
yeah,
televote would save it.
yeah. I remember I said I thought Poland, Germany, and Moldova were going to be the bottom three in the jury, and I mean I wasn't right, but I
Mhm.
wasn't that far off. Um,
Yeah.
Moldova always felt like this is not a
Mhm.
jury song, but the televote could boost it a little bit, and they did. I
Yeah.
mean,
They got
76
ninth in the
points.
televotes. That's
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah, and it actually managed to beat Poland by only 3 points, which is, I mean, that's a little bit of a relief, I guess. Vlad says
Mhm.
we got a better result with sugar. Well, I guess that's true, but yeah. Okay. Personally, I would prefer Swaradelishi Luna compared to those two, but I mean, Sugar had a bit of a solo kind of similar voting group, I think. Like it's very, very catchy and very kind of harmless at the same time, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, Sugar also had the support of the whole Kirkorov block,
Yeah. Okay.
so to speak.
So I guess Pasha did not have that support. I guess
Nah, and I mean, there's no Russia competing this year.
there isn't. No. Um, Dian says I had Moldova in the top 10 for televote and it happened a win for me. Yeah, you did well. I don't remember where I had it in the televote and I don't remember where you had it, but probably not top
I could
10,
check,
right?
but I'm counting the other stuff.
Yeah, you count the other stuff. We'll get to the predictions later anyway. And
There's a lot to count. You submitted too many things.
it is what it is. 17th, Spain. I guess I should just be quiet and let you go on your rant here. This is your moment, Santi.
So I'm gonna tell the story
Mm-hmm.
about. I was at the bar once again with my little Spain flag here.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when she appeared in the flag parade, when she had the postcard after she performed, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was right at the front, in front of the screen. So basically, everyone saw me in my little flag. I found a bunch of other Spanish people in the bar. We were talking, blah blah. Then we're at the during the jury vote. Every time she got decent points, I was like, yeah, nice. And then we get to the televote. I stand up. I'm there with my little flag. Half of the people are looking at the screen. Half of them are looking at me because that's just my role now. I'm the Spain hype guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do a little like cross and like, let's come on, let's go. And then she says five, and everyone bursts out laughing. And I could have felt embarrassed, but I think it was too funny for me to feel embarrassed. I just started dying of laughter.
Mm. Which is kind of sad, isn't it? But
It's very sad, but it's not like, maybe if she got 30, I would have been like, okay, well, it's not a
mm.
great result.
But the fact
But
that
the fact she got dead last in
yeah,
the televote,
she got the same.
5 points, the same as Manel Navarro.
Yes, exactly. Do it for your lover and AIA with the same televote haul of points, which is definitely not something we imagined seeing. But I'm happy you could make
Yeah.
something entertaining out of it, Santi, and that you kind of like actually could laugh at
It
it.
was
But it's
it
still
was one
painful,
of
you
the
know.
highlights of my evening. I mean, I think I said in the stream, like, although I predicted it high up in
Mm-hmm.
results,
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you I could see it anywhere from shock winner to down in 19th or so, and I
Well,
would not be surprised in the
I mean,
slightest.
that's a pretty wide spectrum to go by, so you weren't wrong, you know.
Yes,
But yeah,
but you were like 19. No, surely it's not going to be that. And I guess it got not that low, but
no, it got
pretty damn
17th.
close.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's rather unfortunate. But I've heard
Mhm.
something being spoken that I think is very kind of probably right. Like they're accurate on it, and that is that Spain is such a very like Eurovision community type of song. It's too
It's a
out
bubble.
there and too
Yeah.
like it's in the bubble exactly. Because there are too many of the casual viewers. They're not gonna click with that at all because they've never heard anything like it before. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
imagine many people in Sweden actually looking at that and feeling like, huh, that's the one that I like the most tonight. I can't see that. Then it would be the people who are
Yeah.
familiar with it from before. Like for something to be completely groundbreaking and new for an audience, someone always has to be first, and at the first time, it's probably not going to be that appreciated. Things need time to really
Mhm.
like people need time to get adjusted to something that they're not familiar with in general. Like not
Yeah.
everyone, but
And
for the
especially the
most part.
flamenco vocal style can be
Yes,
very jarring.
I mean, it is the concept. Like there is a saying, I guess, in Sweden that in Eurovision you always have the shouting Albanian woman, and I mean that's kind of gone over to the part where there's always like this shouting woman that's basically just singing nonsense, to
Mhm.
quote, which I guess Georgia kind of got the staple of from this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if people in
Albania would
Sweden,
have it too, but
I
yeah.
guess, yeah. And I guess in Sweden, people would say that Spain falls into that category as well because they don't understand it. It's very loud and
Aggressive.
aggressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, and I'd say that it's a very, like you said, it's a song for the Eurovision bubble, but maybe it needs some. time to get through that and out there.
I feel like
Um,
more than for the Eurovision bubble, it's a song for Spanish people
mm,
and
maybe
adjacent cultures. The only televote points we got were
Portugal
three
and
from
rest of the world,
Portugal,
right?
two from rest of the world, which is Latin America for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
So yeah.
but there was something
Mhm.
I actually remember. I think it was Mons, because Mons Zelmerlöw was commentating in Sweden, and he said that that was one of his absolute favorites. But of course, he's kind of been drawn into this whole Eurovision bubble, so he has had time to adjust to these kind of songs.
Mhm.
We also know that his favorite is Norpar or
Jan
Jan,
Jan.
right? That's very well known
Yeah.
fact at this point. So he's been drawn into this kind of bubble as well, and him mentioning it in TV, I don't think a lot of people sat at home and thought like, "Huh, I agree with Mons on that one." I just don't see that. But he's a part of the bubble.
Mhm.
Um, Good to see though that like the juries were actually kind of on board. Like 95 points is still a fair haul.
Yeah. AIA finished one spot lower than Baila el Chiqui Chiqui, which was an eighth.
No. Okay, the competition though, compare like, but still, oh, Baila Chiki
Yeah,
Chiki.
but it's
That's
very funny. And DN mentioned this, and I saw it earlier too. This makes Spain the first Eurovision country to have a result in from 1 to 26.
oh really?
Yeah, first ever
17th
to
was
get
the
every
one that
single
you didn't
position.
have.
Hmm.
That's the
So
most
we
insane
won
fact.
something.
I mean, that's the most insane fact I've seen today. Have to be honest.
There you go.
Wow.
And the other thing is, honestly, I would not do anything different from this.
What do you mean?
If we had to do Benidorm Fest again, send AI again, stage it again,
No, no, no. It
I
was
would do
it was
exactly the same.
yeah, it was perfectly performed as well. Like I
Mhm.
loved the staging. I love the performance of it. I've always been the one who hasn't really clicked with that song. But
Yeah, and
watching
then
it
in the
for
last
those,
couple of weeks, you've been really evolving
yeah,
to like it.
evolving. It's like
Yeah, like a Pokemon.
is it the same thing as what song was it that we said yesterday or 2 days ago? Was it Spain? Like need to grow up
Mm,
to what was it? It was something about growing up, or I will like it when
maybe
I
it was Spain,
maybe it
actually.
was Spain actually, but yeah. Um,
I'm not
but
sure.
still, I gotta
Mhm.
say, like for those 3 minutes, I loved the hell out of it when I saw it yesterday. But then again, like it was never gonna be the song that I was gonna set out to vote for. Like even if people
Mhm.
liked it at home, maybe they just felt like, oh, but I like Finland more, so I'm gonna vote for that one.
There's someone who said, I can't find the message now, but that was people respected AIA but didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean that could be it.
I'm trying to find. Okay, the Spain song was probably respected but not loved.
Mm,
Aliban.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah, I could imagine that.
I can see.
We also
Mhm.
have an interesting fact from 1273. We're playing with numbers. uh, Wait, 1273. Isn't that Rockefeller
Down the
Street?
Rockefeller Street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spain actually came last with the Swedish televote, this person says, which I absolutely could
that
see
is a
happening.
sign of good taste. It's a
uh,
sign we sent a good song. No,
well,
I'm messing with you.
I mean, our televote, I remember, I don't remember it super clearly, but obviously we gave 12 points to Finland, while
Mhm.
Finland gave us zero. So there's that.
But can you
Um,
blame them? Like you win every other year. They
aha.
have one chance other than Lordy. So I understand that they
Okay.
would not vote for the biggest rival.
Yeah.
But the juries exchanged twelves. That was really cute.
Mm. Oh yeah, it's Andy who said yesterday. I said you would like Spain after listening to more abrasive music in general. Yeah, exactly. That was what we gone into the other day.
Yeah. Abrasive
Um,
is such a nice word
oh, it is.
for
Yeah.
Spain and for Serbia.
We can kind of keep on the track of songs that people expected to do better, which France is another
Mhm.
one. We finished in 16th. I kind of
Yeah,
ranted a little bit to Santi on my opinion about doing the whatever sign when you're getting a low score, which I think
that does.
is like I've seen a lot of people just be really like, "Oh, I love her attitude. It's so funny." And I mean,
I thought
fair
I did.
fair play to you. Yeah, I mean, you're one of those. I
Mhm.
just I don't want to be this like grumpy grandpa in the corner who thinks that everyone should be grateful for everything. But it's
Hmm.
kind of disrespectful, I think, to just do a whatever. Like, you still got how many points? 50 points from the televote, which is a hell of a lot
Yeah,
more than
it's
a
quite
lot of
solid.
like it's still almost, in the top 10. Like Albania had 59, right?
Hmm.
And they were 10th.
Yeah,
It's a fair amount. Like, I understand you were the favorite to be in like the top 3 or whatever.
she let it get
But
to her head.
I maybe possibly um but you still got 50 points. There are a lot of countries who did not get that, and I just feel like so many people, like everyone puts in effort into being here, and it's not only about you. And then to just kind of showcase that, oh, I only got 50 points, whatever, I don't care, when maybe someone like an Ireland would have killed to get 50 points. I
Hmm.
just hate that kind of approach to take.
How do you say it? When you expect to get something, um, dang it, the opposite of grateful.
Um,
There's a word for that.
when you always expect the good stuff to happen to you,
Yeah, like not spoiled, but
feel
there's another
entitled
word.
or entitled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one. Entitled. That's the one I
Mm,
was forgetting.
mm. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting from her. I don't like. I
Hmm.
understand if it's
Hmm.
it could be funny, I guess, but I that doesn't sit right with me. And it was the same. I don't know how many
Hmm.
people remember, but we went in Melody Festivalen in 2021, maybe. Dotter came back and she
Hmm.
was like hyped up. She's gonna win, and then she got a
Yeah,
massive point from the televote, but she didn't win, and she was just like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, thank you, no, nothing, no smile. Like, oh, thank you for voting for me. No, nothing like that. You just stand there and you're
yeah.
like, huh, you all let me down, huh? And I kind of hate that.
It's harsh. Yeah.
Mm.
To be completely fair, like I will explain to those in chat who don't know. What she did isn't a middle finger. She's not saying "screw you, everyone." The gesture sort of means whatever.
Yeah, but that's kind
Yeah.
of I know that it wasn't a middle finger. Like, she's not doing the middle
Mhm.
finger, but just kind of thinking
Yeah.
whatever when you get 50 televote points. I mean, was it last year or 2 years ago when 4 countries got zero? So
2021, two
yeah,
years ago.
exactly. That says something.
Hmm.
Mm.
Uh, Luke, your cat just fell into a kettle. Get your cat out of there.
Yeah, you should probably not be on the stream right now. Then you should probably help your cat.
Yeah.
Well, best wishes though. I hope you sort it out. We're all
Hmm.
behind you, Luke.
Yeah.
Maybe not Lazara because she thinks whatever about your cat being in the kettle, but all the rest of us, we're behind you. Um,
Hmm. Definitely.
let's see. I have no idea. Says I'd understand if it was Noah Kirel flipping off 50 televote points after spending 900,000 euros on her entry, but 16th isn't a terrible placement. I don't know how much they
Yeah.
actually spent on this performance because it did look pretty expensive, but
I mean, it looked Parisian, so it looked expensive. Yeah.
yeah, okay. I mean, I've been to Paris. Some parts of that is not very expensive.
Please tell me which. I've lived there for 10 years. Well,
Well,
next to
I
it.
mean, I was there when I was around 10, so I don't know what area it is, but kind of
Mm.
slums and suburbs, I guess.
Slums.
Slums. Okay, maybe not slums. You
That's why
get
I lived in the
you lived in the
slums.
slums. Okay, sorry.
I lived in the
Uh,
suburbs.
okay,
Yes.
what are we
Mhm.
thinking general though? 16th for France. If I'm completely honest, I don't really think that's very unfair.
Yeah,
But
I think that's fair.
you think it's fair as well? Oh yeah, you were a
Hmm.
bit on the like it's way too French and like this. What did you call it? Like a tourist guide or you,
Tourist
a
advertisement. Yeah,
tourist
it's
advertisement?
it's created specifically to appeal to foreigners,
Mm, mm.
which apparently didn't do that well. But
Yeah, I mean, they still got 50 televote points. They have some,
yeah, but then you have Voila, who was really authentic.
hmm which did a lot better, obviously.
Yeah, I think the delegation could learn from that.
Mm, mm. Steve would have put France lower. Um, I'm not sure. Like, I think the performance was really great, and it was like it
Hmm.
really set out what it wanted to do. And we already saw that from the rehearsals that like this is a performance you will remember. But I
Yeah.
just don't think the song came across with enough conviction to really like push it over the
Mm,
line. And I mean, the early running order, of course,
I
doesn't
think.
help it. Like, if
Mhm.
this was the closer, if this was 26th in the running order, it would have done way better because people would have remembered it instantly then. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe, but not insane. But maybe like 10th,
Yeah,
maybe.
I could see top 10 then.
Yeah.
Mainly like
But
the
the top
televote
five
would
that
have
odds
done.
were predicting, no.
No, 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 not top 5. It didn't have the jury support for that anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Which I guess Norway didn't have either, but Norway was always going to be up there. Um,
But Norway was actually good.
all right. Um, let's see. Austria, that's a surprising one. Really surprising one. Austria got a
You think it's
hundred.
surprising?
Yes, because they got 104 points from the jury and 16 from the televote. That's the
Hmm.
surprising part. I don't think it's surprising that they finished 15th. That's around where I've predicted it, I think. But I would have assumed it would have been the
Hmm.
other way around. 16 points from the jury and 104 from the televote.
Even after you saw them be first in running order?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I overestimated the effect or underestimated the effect of being first.
Mhm. And considering also the fact that the topic of songwriting is going to resonate within the juries that are composed of musical professionals.
Okay, so you're telling me that you completely disagree with what I just said.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think I'm not very surprised at all.
You thought there was going to be like this, like 16 points from the televote. You expected that.
I didn't think it was going to be that extreme, but I thought it was going to be higher in juries than in
Hmm.
televote and then somewhere mid-table.
Hmm. Okay.
Well,
How?
that's what I'm saying here. Maybe I was wrong in the video. Maybe in the video I said the opposite, but ignore that.
I'll just check
Don't
real
bring out the
quick. What
receipts.
what place did they get in the
You're
jury?
gonna just prove me wrong.
Two, four,
Eighth,
six,
I think.
eighth in the jury. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. I didn't expect that personally, but hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to say about Austria, to be honest. Like, I still think it's a weird opener.
I'm proud of them. Yeah, it is a weird opener. I
Yeah.
really love this song though. I'm happy for them.
But the thing is, like, it could have been a good opener if the energy was absolutely bonkers. Kind of like,
Yeah.
with a Finland or even with a Slovenia. Like, if they have that kind of charisma, then absolutely it could have been
Yeah.
a great opener. But they didn't really have that, and I think that set them back a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I still like I still live in the bubble where I think Cyprus should have opened the show so they could have got a lower televote score. But we'll get to that one later.
Yeah, I wish.
um, but yeah, Austria 15th, 120 points. I mean, we're in a section now from 10th to 15th where the songs are separated by 9 points. So I mean, technically, Austria could have just as well finished 10th.
Yeah, and that's what kind of annoys me because you have Cyprus and Croatia right there, who are among my least favorites, and Armenia
Yeah.
and Austria, who are among my most favorites,
Hmm.
just below by the tiniest of
Yeah,
margins.
exactly. They're just
It's like,
missing out
couldn't you just get a little more?
a little more. Yeah.
Hmm.
We can yell at the Swedish jury for giving 4 points to UK. They could have swapped that to Armenia or Austria instead.
Hmm.
Mm.
Alipan says it took me 5 minutes to explain the Austrian song. Yeah. I get how it can be confusing the first time
Mm.
you're going into it, for sure.
Mm.
I
Uh,
think a combination of that, the running order, the lack of energy compared to other
yeah,
songs,
there was a lot of,
all of those things combined.
and I also think like for the televote to vote for it, it's not like when you have it first in the running order and then you like have all of the songs. Who's gonna be the one that like, oh, that was my favorite? That will never happen when you
Hmm.
put a song like that first in the running order because
Yeah.
all of the upbeat songs as well that are in like they had more energy on stage. Like this
Yeah.
one slips through the cracks because if you want something upbeat, then you have songs later on that are more inviting and energetic on stage.
Mhm. Yeah, it's easy. It's easier to get forgotten also when you have an energetic song. I feel
Mm.
like it's easier to get replaced if your main selling point is energy, is fun, is etc.
Yeah, and you don't deliver that on stage,
Hmm.
then
Yeah.
that's a major setback.
Hmm.
Case in point, I guess Austria this year. I guess UK as well. I'd say this year.
Mhm. One of the Swedish jurors had Armenia last. See, this is what I mean about being last in Swedish votes is actually a sign of quality.
Who was it, Schnitzel? We need names. Let's move. That's a
Gonna be
wonderful transition leading
mhm.
into Armenia here, I guess. Finished 14th, just on the top of the right side, which I think is very unfortunate. 1 point behind Croatia. Um,
Yeah, that's my.
yeah, that's an issue. Um, Personally, I thought. I mean, obviously, we were both pretty skeptical about the dance break, right? From when we saw it in the semi.
Mhm.
I thought it
And then it
worked
was much better in the final.
much better in the final. They removed the smoke entirely, which it was a good
Uh,
choice, and it actually kind
and
of
so you can actually see her.
yes, and there was kind of like a smoothness to it as well now that wasn't really there the first time, I think,
Hmm.
so that it
Yeah,
actually felt like it was a part of the whole package.
it
Um,
actually flowed really great,
yeah,
really well.
and
It's
something that I
fascinating.
thought like instantly when I saw this performance, like the first minute is among my favorite parts of any song that was competing this year. I have to say. It just sets the tone so perfectly and it's a wonderful build throughout. And I wrote to you,
Hmm.
Santi, that it was in my top five performances of yesterday, and I absolutely stand by that. Not sure
And
where
I
I.
just did my ranking again. It is my fifth exactly.
Oh, it's your fifth exactly, yeah.
Yep.
I'm not sure where I put
Same.
it in overall, because, I mean, obviously Latvia would take a spot up at the top, but, I mean,
Mhm.
it's up there, you know? And
High up.
especially, yeah,
Mhm.
high up, and especially with that performance. Um, Thought it knocked it out of the park, and 14th is like it would have been so easy to have Armenia in the top 10. Only what is it like
I mean,
seven
I'm
more
happy for Czechia
points?
though. So
I would have preferred Armenia up there,
yeah,
but uh,
I mean, me too. But I'm also very happy for Czechia getting their second best result ever.
um, where did friend of a friend finish?
11th.
Ah,
That's
okay,
why
okay,
they got 10 this time.
okay. Um,
I just wanted Armenia above Croatia and Cyprus.
yeah,
Speaking
for
of
sure.
Croatia,
Mama kupila traktora. Yeah, good. Okay, you were in sync there. I actually wrote to
mhm.
Santi today a bit of a secret that I've actually grown to actually
You're
kind
gonna
of
reveal it?
no, like
Mhm.
okay, I'm fine with Croatia now. Like I don't mind it anymore because it didn't it didn't take a
Yeah.
place at the very top. It got a fair amount of televote points, I'd say. The juries didn't give
Mhm.
it much love. Like they still got 11 points from the juries, which I don't understand. But hey ho,
It
that's just
was
how it worked.
Slovenia and Croatia. It was Slovenia and Serbia.
Of
So.
course it was. Okay. Regardless, I mean, the televote was 112 points, which I think is lower than I expected. I expected it to get more than that. So now I'm kind of living in the world where I'm pretty fine with that. I mean, they are doing
Mhm.
exactly what they want to do, and they do it 100% exactly the way they should. They're not taking what do you say? Like they don't take any prisoners. Is that an expression, right? Like they're not holding
I
back
think it is, but I don't know how to use it.
okay. Well, they're not holding back in any regard anyway, and it's exactly what they should have done with this
Mhm.
performance. I could do without stripping down to the briefers, but that's just them being them.
It's part of the act.
It's part of the act. But I just feel like the song is so absurd and awful that they need to match that with a certain approach on stage, and I think they do that just right. The whole concept of them walking like in a straight like in a train basically and raising their arms. It's just a very
Mhm.
like fun image with all of these crazy backgrounds going on and all the
Yeah.
colors. Um, so I just think they're actually doing exactly what they want to do, and I have to respect that. Um,
Mhm. I think I
so
wrote exactly the same comment. Like when I
when
everyone
you
should go to my channel, watch my video, blah blah blah, subscribe, like
self
everything. Thanks a lot.
promotion.
But yeah,
We do not appreciate that on this channel. We gotta stay humble. It's something about
I
the
should have done
French,
this during the
It's
break. We'll do later.
you and Lazara.
Mhm.
You feel very entitled now that you're on the stream. Hey everyone, subscribe to my channel. Basically,
Mhm.
no, but
No,
you
but
actually should.
I wrote the comments. I cannot put this any higher than 24th is where I put it.
Mm.
but at the same time, they did everything they wanted to do perfectly.
Yeah,
I
they
just
did.
can't put it any higher myself,
I
but
mean,
they nailed it.
I wouldn't put it
And
any higher than
and
that
I'm
either.
fine with the score.
Mm?
I'm fine with the score. It's just, Armenia and Austria being below that, and Spain kind of
Yeah,
hurts, but
yeah,
Spain is a bit further down. But at any rate, I think it's funny how this is tied for Croatia's best results with my friend
yeah. It's
at
this and
13th.
Jakudek.
And
It's
the last time they came above 13th was Moja Štikla in 2006 with
mm,
Afrika Paprika. And honestly, if I was Croatian, I don't know how I'd feel about it. Like having Baila Chiki Chiki be 1 point higher than AI is one thing, but,
mm. I mean, Croatia. If
but
we're
it's just,
completely honest, they don't have the best of track records in terms of their
mm,
entries as a whole, anyway. Um,
yeah. In the
but
90s, they were on fire, but
oh,
now,
absolutely, early 2000s sometimes as well. I'd say like what's it called? Vukovi Umirusami is one of my like top tier, top
oh,
echelons.
2005, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely brilliant. And that one actually did well, and it did better than
Mhm,
Moja Stikla as well. So that's their,
mhm,
I think that's their best result in the
mhm.
21st century, if I'm not completely mistaken. But that's fantastic. But ever
Might be.
since, kind of, let's say ever since after like Moja Stikla, it's been a rough ride. They've had a few here and there that have been like enjoyable, but nothing groundbreaking. And for 13th, you either have
Mhm.
to have something really good or something really crazy, and they've got 13th both times
Yeah.
with the crazy, basically.
Maybe one day they'll get it with the good.
Maybe
One can
one day,
dream.
maybe one day, we'll be waiting. But
This
Andy just
stream
said,
Loki feels like therapy for me after last night.
"Ah, we're happy to hear
This
that."
is what it is for us.
Yeah, exactly. We
Yeah.
just get everything. We can talk it out. We just get rid of everything. Uh, or
Moja
and
Stikla is a banger.
yeah,
It's great.
it is. It is. Andy says Hudek 2017 is an absolute horror show. At least Lit 3 are good at what they're doing. Absolute horror show.
God.
Like now that we've talked about Croatia, I just have the image of Jacques Hudek and his two alter egos on the screens behind him. It's just such an iconic image.
I still remember the French commentator saying, this man is actually two men, and no, I'm not talking about his belly.
Oh,
Like in the postcard
mm,
intro to the thing.
mm.
I don't know if Schnitzel remembers that.
Oh god. Mm,
Yeah. French commentators are fun
mm.
sometimes.
I'm pretty sure the Swedish commentator just said, "Yeah, now you're in for a man talking to himself" or something like that. That's the general. Or maybe called him a schizophrenic.
It
I don't know, something like that. Um,
tactful.
Schnitzel asks
Schnitzel remembers. Yeah.
how well do we think Croatia would have done in 2021 if they sent Rijeka? I didn't watch the national finals that
Depends on
year,
the
so
performance.
okay, Santi, you know about that song, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the
Mm.
song is great. I loved it. I was rooting for it. And then I saw the performance and I just laughed.
Oh, okay. I
If
wouldn't know.
if they had a similar level of performance, they would not have qualified, especially not
Mm,
from semi one.
okay.
I think Let 3 was their best bet,
Mm, mm,
frankly.
mm. All right. Next, okay, Cyprus. We got to get through this one. We both expected it to do better than it should have, and somehow it did even better than both of us have put it. Even it finished 12th. How?
Yeah.
How, Santi? Let me know.
Everyone around me was thirsting for him, so I guess
Aha, of course. Of course.
it's like Mihailo says, likable.
Oh, I thought that was Alex who said that, wasn't it?
Both of them.
Okay.
It's now common ownership, I guess. I don't
Common
remember who
ownership.
invented it.
Okay. Regardless, I mean,
Greece didn't 12 it.
Greece did not 12 it. That's like the top 10 betrayals of all time in terms of Eurovision, for sure.
In
Um,
terms of everything.
but maybe Greece were bitter that they didn't qualify and they thought, like, oh, why is Cyprus in the final and not us? Mm,
Or maybe they weren't in favor of him because he doesn't even speak Greek or
oh,
have never lived in Greece or Cyprus or something like
so
that.
they disapprove of this guy. Only the Greek artists work for them. But
Maybe.
I mean, it was still Panic Records, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
and they give 12
something.
to Belgium.
Yeah, interesting. Uh, but something that I thought about that we actually should mention about this one was how much better it was in the final than in the semifinal. I think at least.
Yeah,
Like his vocals
it,
definitely improved a lot. It's not like he
I mean,
sounds
he was
flawless.
singing.
He was singing. It was still a lot of backing track, but there wasn't really that amount of just shaky vocals all throughout the performance. I think like he
Hmm.
definitely improved, and obviously the massive staging that's like incredibly over dramatic, but it certainly makes people
It
remember it as
works.
well. It works
Yeah,
absolutely, fits the whole vibe of it as well. So I understand why it gets a lot of points, but 12th is just there's not enough substance to this song
excessive.
for it to be there, I think.
I completely agree. I think it's, is it the most overrated song this year for me?
No, there's a song in 7th which we'll get to in soon. Mm,
Yeah, I think Cypress is, for me, the most overrated song
yeah.
in this final, other than Poland. But Poland I just have a vendetta against, so it's
Mm.
fine.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't have minded if Cyprus finished like 16th. But it's the fact that it's actually top half. I mean, it's so close to being
Yeah.
15th, but the fact that it finished
Mhm.
above Armenia and Austria, for instance, is that's the issue, I guess. It has
And you
no
know
business
what's
doing that.
fun? That if Cyprus actually got the 12 from Greece,
Hmm.
uh, like they
It would have been
usually
top
do,
10, right?
it would have been 10th.
Oh, okay. We're thanking Greece, I guess. Mm,
Efaristume.
to what? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, to Greece. Oh, right.
we're thinking Greece here.
Yeah, we're thinking Greece. Yeah. Faristume.
Don't worry, I will correct Gruton Belgium. He's wrong.
We'll get to that, I guess. Um, yeah, we don't have anything else to say about Cyprus.
No.
Lithuania, we both. Or where did you expect Lithuania? Where did you put that in your prediction?
You're asking me a lot of questions that I don't have all the
Okay,
answers to
because
right
I
now.
had it top 10 and a bit up. Uh, I think
Mhm.
mainly I expected the juries to go much more for this one. Like they went for Estonia instead. I really thought this was going to be the jury
Estonia was
bait.
like we thought Lithuania and Switzerland, and then they all went for Estonia, and
Yeah,
everybody was like,
exactly. But I mean, Lithuania still got 81 points from the jury, which is a fair amount. Like, it's still lower than, for
"Mhm."
instance, Czechia, though,
Yeah.
which I did not expect. Uh,
I actually predicted Lithuania spot on.
oh, really? Wow. Jonathan had I had 10 Swedish krones on Lithuania getting top
Yeah.
10 in your honor, and I feel robbed. Sorry, Jonathan, you were close. How many points did it need? Two more points, and then it would have. Ah,
God, that's
ah.
that's awful.
Okay, but still, really kind of expected the jury to go hard for that one. 40, what was it, 46 points from the televote is still good, but I probably expected even more there as well. Like, I thought this was going to be top 10 in both jury and
Mhm.
televote, and I don't think it was in either. Um,
Let me see.
I can actually.
In televote, it was 15th, and in jury, it was 11th.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly, yeah. I mean,
mid table, mid table, mid table.
mid-table, very mid-table. Ended up 11th as well. But it's something that I think should be mentioned about Lithuania was that like when you watch that performance, it's like it packs a punch. I think it works
Hmm.
really well. Like I was very skeptical the first time I heard this song. I did not click with it at all. But it's just something that comes together when you see it, and it's just nice enough, very harmless and just
I think
enjoyable.
it's I think it's genuinely one of the best performances in the year
Mm-hmm.
because it really manages to. If your song isn't something that relies on energy, then you really have to set the mood in the way you want it to. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it absolutely nails it.
Yeah,
In a way, maybe like Armenia also does, but
but
Armenia
in
and
a completely
Lithuania
different way
really,
though.
yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of warmth to this one.
Hmm.
Mm.
I think it has the inviting quality that we were seeing in Slovenia.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Mm.
Especially the fact they're in circle, it's an easy, repeatable chant, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's something that people remember for sure. Um,
Hmm.
obviously something interesting that we drew the parallel with Slovenia there. Obviously, Lithuania got 46 points in the televote, and Slovenia got 45, right? So they kind of got right next to each other there. The only difference was the juries went a bit more crazy for Lithuania
Yeah,
then. Yeah.
which was expected.
Jonathan says it's a safe song, but not half-assed. It's a perfect safe song. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's like perfectly
that's a great way
executed
to put it.
for a safe song. Yeah, for sure.
And it has meaning to it as
For sure.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not. I don't have an issue with it finishing 11th at all. I think it's pretty fair.
I'm very happy with it.
Hmm. And I mean, it's still, it's not like Lithuania's best result, of course, because like it has to remain for eternity that We Are the Winners is their best result. Like that can never change. But um, but I mean,
God,
it's
can't believe
it's
that
up
stuff.
there with one of their best results. I mean, obviously Discotheque is higher, and then I think also
Mhm.
2016, right, was top 10, I think. But then I think this one's probably
2016
there.
came ninth, yeah.
But then I think
Hmm.
it's got to be this one, right? So it's
I think so, because When We're Old came 12th, I think.
mm, they've
Yeah.
got a lot of good results
Hmm.
around that area, and especially like where did they finish last year?
14th, I want to say.
Uh,
Something like that.
hmm, got a lot of
Very,
like a lot
something
of
solid. Yeah.
solid results for them. This is
I
another
think
one in the book.
Lithuania is one of my, is a very consistent country. I
Hmm,
consistently just quite like their entries.
hmm, me too. Me
I
too.
like them. What do you have to like?
Um, I mean, I guess they have the concept of like 63 songs in their national final, right? So I guess that's a winning formula for or successful formula.
Eventually they get something, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just gotta narrow it down by quite a lot. Frayola says Lithuania feels close to a win. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think.
I wouldn't
Hmm.
mind it.
I wouldn't mind it either. It would be really cool for them to also get a win. As of
Mhm.
course, Estonia and Latvia have one
Mhm.
each. Would be nice to finish
Yeah.
the
It's Lithuania, Armenia, Iceland, and who else hasn't won yet, but I really want to win?
Hungary,
Um,
who obviously are not around
well,
anymore.
not happening.
Yeah.
Georgia, I get. It's, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Slovenia. Yeah, Slovenia usually sends songs. Well, it depends on the
Do
year,
they?
but a lot of the time they send songs that I really do love.
Oh,
I mean, we talked about Sevi.
we
Now
did.
we have Carpe Diem, we had
Oh.
Round and Round, we had Here For You, even Hvala Ne, I voted for them in the semifinals. I
Now,
really
come on,
liked it.
you can't just mention all of them and not mention disco. Come on.
I just did.
Okay, whatever.
I
Uh,
think it's nice, but it's, yeah.
yeah, but it's better. You can't mention Falane and then not mention
Mhm.
disco. I'm sorry, but what? No, 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 no. I'm not having that. Um, okay. Mario's mate, check the pin, please. I got another one spoiled now. I should just close the
Oh.
chat instead. I shouldn't look
Yeah,
at that.
I now read
Uh,
it. Dang it. Dang it. That
yeah.
was what I was looking for.
Oh god.
We should have maybe started with the semifinal
Yeah, maybe
results.
we should have. Okay. Czechia finished 10th. Santi, what are we
Mhm.
thinking about
Hell
that?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really happy for them. Yeah.
Mm. The fact that they actually really like just the progression they've had for the what's it called, from the national final to this, how it really like
It's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a massive difference and contrast to what we expected. But it's it's a very what's it called. I'm ecstatic for the fact that it actually improved this much,
Hmm.
and also like
It's really
I think also like just from the semifinal, on Thursday, I felt this was a massive improvement only from
Mhm.
that.
They just got better and better with every single performance,
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm thrilled for them. Obviously, they got a lot of jury votes, which I didn't really expect, if I'm
Mhm.
honest. Like 94 points from the jury, which is a massive amount, or maybe not
Good for
massive, but
them.
I mean, I did not
I'm glad they
expect that.
recognized it.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
they were right after Katia
they were, yeah, that's
and
true.
right
That's
before
true.
Australia,
Hmm.
who we're going to talk about after.
Yeah, Australia's a weird one as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, 35 points from the televote. I kind of expected a little bit more, I'd say, right? From the televote.
Yeah, but I mean, Czechia usually struggles with it. so I get
Not
it.
when they sent Lie to Me, right? Didn't that one get a
No, but
massive
that
haul?
that was the one exception. Yeah,
Okay.
the rest of the time they usually struggle.
Mm. I mean, 35, I mean, that's lower than, let's see, I mean, it's lower than Slovenia. Uh, it's just above Switzerland, like barely. Mm. I mean, I guess it's still like 35 is not bad, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Like when you got 94 points from the jury, then it seems a bit low, I'd say. Still just happy for them to get 10th, right?
comparatively. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just glad they appreciated a song that there's an appreciation for a song that I think is really interesting musically,
Mm.
really significant thematically, that improved so much in their live, that performed really. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just very happy for them.
this one could have easily been just like what Spain was because it's so out there and very foreign to
Yeah.
many audiences. And apparently, like this one clicked and Spain didn't. So, oh well, clicked, but it
Hmm.
got better than
Yeah.
yeah. Um, all right, what's next? Australia. Then we're moving into that one.
Yeah. I'm
Which
really
is
happy for them getting ninth as well. Yeah.
yeah, thrilled that they got ninth. Very confused that they got 21 points from the televote. Like, I mean, I don't remember what you predicted, but I predicted the total opposite. Bottom with the
Oh,
juries, and then a massive haul from the televote.
okay, wait. I have the images right here, so I'm
Hmm?
going to tell you. In televotes, you predicted Australia to come third.
Which they did not do.
Yeah. You also predicted Spain to come fourth. Fun fact.
Oh, well, you put them up there as well. You can't just blame me on that one.
Yeah, I put them sixth.
Hmm.
I predicted Australia to come eighth
In the
in
televote?
televote. Yeah, and then as far as juries, you thought Australia would be 18th, and I thought they would be 11th. So we both predicted
Oh,
televote would boost them.
yeah, but you actually predicted
Although you're
11th
more
in
extreme
jury.
than me.
You predicted 11th in jury, which is pretty well done, honestly.
Is that what they got?
No,
They got
they
sixth in jury,
yeah, they
so
were
not.
higher than that. No, but like
Mhm,
I didn't see it like happen at all that it was gonna do well in the jury.
mhm,
Hmm. Um, but I mean, 130 points from the jury, that's absolutely massive. But I guess the most surprising
mhm.
thing is they got less points in the televote than Estonia did. I mean, which is
Yeah,
kind of crazy for a song
that's
like
a
that. It felt very televote friendly, obviously.
yeah, but I don't know. People around me didn't seem to like it very much,
Yeah.
especially the chorus.
I
Yeah, people
th-
seemed interested at the start, and then they all kind of.
yeah, I can imagine
I
that.
guess it
I
didn't
think
hit
also
as well.
maybe it came too close to Finland. Like Finland was too recent
Yeah,
for this one to really hit, maybe.
someone just said in the chat that Garia took all the metal televotes, which
Mm.
yeah, his song is not metal in genre, but in vibes.
But I mean,
I see what you
someone who
mean.
would enjoy the song from Australia would probably also like the song from Finland. Not all of them,
Case in
but
point
if
to us,
I guess,
and we
yeah,
both like Finland more. So
yeah, fair. Um, but yeah, but where did you get metal from? Because I have no idea. All the rock entries flopped with Italia. I swear, Keria ate up all of those points. Or were there two people who wrote about this? Anyway, who cares?
maybe.
Uh, seventh, we talked a little bit about Estonia. Oh wait, eighth. Sorry, eighth was
Mhm.
Estonia. We already mentioned it. It actually got 22 points from the televote, which is I put it
Yeah.
last in the televote in my prediction, which was very wrong.
You also put it last overall, despite having it
Oh,
14th in the juries. But you know,
I probably expected it to get like 0 points from the televote, or I think I said two. I think I said two when we streamed, but yeah.
maybe.
Mm,
Funnily enough, I actually predicted Estonia in the televote to come 22nd, which it got 22 points.
mm, but it wasn't 22nd, right?
No, I don't think so. Anyway,
Mm,
hang on. Nah, it was 19th.
not that far off, honestly.
In no, and in final results, yeah, you predicted it. No, no wait, televote. We both predicted it dead last in televote,
Oh,
which you were wrong. And in juries, you had it
14th, I
14th,
think, right? Yeah.
and I had it 10th.
And it got, where was it, like fourth or fifth?
Yeah,
It was fifth in the
wait,
juries.
behind Finland,
Yeah, 4 points behind Finland only, though.
which I was happy about. Yeah.
Mm. I mean, like this one kind of
Ooh.
flew under the radar a little bit, but when you see it, like you feel like it's
Mhm,
just so polished and perfect in terms of its presentation. What I was kind of
mhm.
skeptical was like, if are people like I've always said this, she's better than this song. I'd say,
Yeah,
yeah, like the song just
and
kind of
you know,
goes on and never really like explodes.
well, I would disagree with that because I think the final chorus where everything turns to yellow and there's
Mm.
the sunrise and all that,
Yeah,
I think that really, for me who had it in my bottom five before the show, it actually really hit in that sense. And I was seeing her get all these points and was like, you know what? If I saw this happening like a few weeks ago, I would be like, "Ugh, what the hell? This is overrated as hell. Put
mm.
it down." But I was just really happy for her, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was perfectly. It's a fair result for it,
I
and
mean
I
it.
disagree that it would be a bad direction for Estilal because it probably gives more confidence in Estonian artists now for this. And one thing I wanted to mention
Mm,
about the new system is how I actually kind of like the televote only semi and the juries in the final being added
mm,
because on the one hand, it's gonna prevent the type of boys do cry thing from happening.
mm,
Uh, but then if you make it into the final with a very jury friendly song, then you're gonna do really well. So I think it's not like in the 2000s where it was only televote and people just said, okay, let's go with crazy, stupid troll stuff, and that's where the contest really went downhill. I think
mm, mm.
it's more of a. I think people are going to need to find a balance between something that's televote friendly enough, audience friendly enough to make it to the final, but at the same time, it's professional and well done enough to get jury support in the final too.
Yeah, that's a good
So I
aspect of
think
it.
I like this new system actually.
The only
Um,
issue is when you have a song like, for instance, I'm always gonna take the example of "Fade to Black" last year. There was never a chance in hell that that song deserved to get 0 points in a semifinal, you know. And that will always happen when we have this system. Or well, I can't say that it will always happen, but you know, I mean,
it
when
would
you,
have happened
what do you mean? Like
like
there will
last year.
always be a
It would
song
have
with zero
happened.
points, but like especially with a, what's it called? Like with a song that's obviously very aimed towards the juries, of course, but still
Mhm.
so professionally put together. It's just, it doesn't sit right with me. Like a song like that, if it doesn't click with the audience, it's gonna stick around in the semifinal with 0 points. That's where it kind of
Mhm.
doesn't click with me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind Fade to Black not qualifying, even if zero
That's one.
points is
That's
hard.
one thing. But wouldn't you mind if it finished last with 0 points?
Honestly, not really.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I would say it's harsh, but I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Andy says, I just want Estonia to send one of their hipster entries. They usually have an STL for once.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
like what? Like I miss the days of Siren, which obviously didn't qualify, but I mean
I miss
that's
the days of Spirit Animal, Feel Me Now, This Love, Venom.
what?
Yeah. I like all four of those.
Yeah, but they've been in different years, right? Or what do you mean?
Yes. Yes, they were in different years. But those are just STL songs that I really loved more than the entries they eventually sent
I
afterwards.
mean, good for you, but they're not the
Yeah.
hipster songs, Santi.
No, but they're the ones I like. And they're the ones I remember more importantly because I don't have an encyclopedic memory of STL contestants.
I remember there was in wait there was in 2018, I think. Like it was so obvious that La Forza was gonna win that year, but I
Mhm.
remember there was this really like folk-like song in Estilal that year that a lot of people were hyping up so much, and I don't think they even made it to the final with it. That's just a vague memory I have about it.
I don't remember that at all.
No, well, whatever. Belgium finished
Spirit
seventh.
Animal was amazing, even if the live was subpar. Anyway,
I never liked it.
Belgium.
Belgium finished seventh. I have no idea how that happened. They got a
I
hundred
have
and
no idea either.
they
So
get a
happy.
127 points from the jury. I mean, Okay.
including
55.
the 12 from Greece. Let's mention it again because
They
it's the
got they
hardest
got a
12 to get if
yeah,
you're not Cyprus.
but they got a fair amount of 12s. Like they got like three or something. I think they got
Yeah.
the same
And
amount of 12s as Finland did from the juries,
yeah,
which
and every
is,
time they got one, the people everyone around me was just super high.
I mean, obviously you were in Belgium. It's not like that's a surprise.
I was specifically in Brussels in like a I guess queer bar that's where the people projecting the contest
Mm,
were the members of a dance group, and the dancer on stage with Gustav is actually one of their teachers. So
yeah,
obviously,
obviously people
people
would.
were rooting for it very hard.
Still just feels absurd that it finished seventh to me though. Like it's there was no hype about it leading in. Like everyone thought, yeah, it's gonna qualify, but then it was very like questioning like how well is it actually gonna do now that it's in the final, and from out of nowhere it's getting seventh.
It's so random. I love it,
It's very random. Who
and
predicted
I'm so
this?
happy for him.
I mean, he can. I don't mind him getting all of this happiness, but I
Hmm.
never liked the song, and
I know.
when it was on, I wasn't really paying too much attention to it because I know that, yeah, I mean it's good, it's fun, it's inviting, but it's just so far away from what I'd enjoy.
Mhm.
Um, and then it just goes on gets seventh, and I have no idea who.
Belgium united the Sweden and Finland stands at the place that Janet Visser was watching.
What? I missed.
Yeah, one person in the chat is saying that Belgium united the Sweden and Finland stands.
Oh, mm. So everyone
You
just
know that
enjoyed Belgium.
inviting, friendly attitude?
Mm.
I predicted Slovenia second. I
What do you
guess it
mean?
was just Belgium in the end.
Yeah, it was just Belgium, you know. They got all of the positive vibe points, I guess.
Ruben, I was at a place called the Rainbow House, which isn't really a bar specifically, but they organize a bunch of events and they have bars.
No, we know. Mm.
Yeah,
Is it a recommendation, Santi?
it is absolutely a recommendation.
Even if it's
They
not
do a lot of cool
Eurovision?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Now we know.
Mhm.
Um, do we have anything to even say about Belgium other than that? Like, we're both kind of surprised, you know? I don't really think that
Yeah.
it should have been seventh, but I guess Santi thinks so.
You know, the funny thing is, at some point before the show, I was talking with a friend and he heard Belgium and he was like, "Oh, this sounds like a top 10." And I said, "You're insane." No.
I would have said that too. I mean,
And then after the show, he sent me a message just saying, "Eh?
I told you so. And it's like, it actually has a
Yeah.
big distance as well, like 182. And I
Yeah, it's
mean,
not even just like barely sliding in, it's
no.
comfortably top 10."
Comfortably up there. Like in 10th, Czechia
Mhm.
129, Belgium 182.
Mhm.
Belgium got the same amount from the jury as Lithuania did in total in 11th. Like, just that, you know?
Mhm.
And I mean, in televote, it got 55, which is still a pretty decent chunk, you know? It's.
That was more than France, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's 12th in the televote. Somehow behind
That's so
Cyprus,
good.
of course, but.
When you compare the attitudes of the two, especially
Mm,
Gustav and Lazara, and Gustav actually won more.
oh, yeah, that's
It's
very
ironic.
true, yeah. Um, Oh well, something that I'm ecstatic about next, I'd say. Ukraine got
Mhm.
sixth, and I couldn't be happier, honestly.
Mhm.
54 points from the jury is probably like a big standout part of that. I was so worried that the juries were just gonna completely disregard them, but they didn't. I mean, the song is
Mhm.
within a style that I never really thought that juries would really get behind.
To be fair,
Hmm
sometimes like I always remember stuff like "Grab the Moment,"
hmm
which you know how EDM or electronic music in general doesn't typically do well with juries, but sometimes they
Sometimes
do.
they do.
Yeah,
I mean, Grab the Moment got sixth in the jury, I think, if I remember correctly,
yeah, something
which
that was
is
completely saved by the
massive.
juries.
But I mean, this is obviously not kind of a similar vibe to it. I mean, Grab the Moment was very upbeat
No.
and like fun. and this one
hmm
is more,
But
packed
I
with
mean in the
drama.
professional
I get,
production and staging, and yeah, very.
and then you have
Mhm.
Fulen, which came at the very bottom.
Which was not polished.
Okay.
Marios, I live in Belgium,
Mm.
but I'm Spanish on my mother's side, and let's go with French Armenian on my father's side.
And Hungarian and British and
I'm not Hungarian. I was just born there, but I'm
Paraguayan
not
and
Hungarian.
Angolan and Vietnamese
None
and
of none of those actually.
okay.
If you said Peruvian, I have cousins from there, but
Okay, so he's
they're not
Peruvian.
from there. I'm not.
All right. Um, okay, back to Torchi and Heart of Steel.
Mhm.
And I mean, 189 points from the public, which was fourth, if I
A
see correctly
surprise.
here. Fourth in the televote, which is wonderful. Like it's even more than Israel got, of course. Um,
Mhm.
and 54 points from the jury, which is more than Norway got, and more than, let's see what
Mhm.
else we have here. Tied with France, which is one thing. Um, I mean, the juries, I think they were 14th in the
Mhm.
juries, which is, or 15th or something like that, which isn't massive,
Fair enough.
but I mean, I expected
Yeah.
them to kind of be towards the top or towards the bottom.
Mhm.
So I was thrilled with that to see they actually got a bunch of points in that way. And then just a
Mhm.
massive haul from the televote. It warmed my heart because I thought their performance was out of this world good.
Hmm. I mean, something that the chat is bringing up is some part of it is still sympathy because of
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I
so
mean that we're not gonna go away from
mhm.
that, but I'll still
Yeah.
take this as a massive because I predicted like 15th or something. I'm sure.
Mhm. I have Peruvian eyes apparently. Do I?
How is this our topic now?
I
You
don't
haven't
know.
said anything you thought about Heart of Steel and the way they performed it.
Okay, I think it was really. I mean, I'm very happy with it, especially compared to the national final. They really improved on it. They built
Mm,
upon it. The revamp was great.
mm,
They made it a very professional thing. I think they absolutely nailed everything. It was one of the most perfected performances in the whole. I would say it's even more perfected than the likes of Tattoo or Queen
mm,
of Kings or
mm.
yeah.
I mean, I'd
I
agree.
think
Like,
it's absolutely deserved.
mm, like just the layout of how they staged it as well, and the incorporation of all of these screens, of course, in the background. It's a very creative approach that they've taken as well, and they're really utilizing
Mhm.
like a lot of cool details with lighting. I'd say
Yeah,
it's definitely a
and
visual
mhm.
thing you will remember.
And then the strings and the vocal chops and
Absolutely,
they
and
made it
especially
interesting. The
when
addition of the Ukrainian lines breaks it up a
mm,
bit. Yeah.
and especially that incorporation with the strings and how they match that with what they do with the
hmm
camera when they're panning out from this massive
hmm
wide shot and the flames are rising in the circle around him.
Yeah.
It's a very effective shot that really adds to the drama of it.
hmm
It looked
And I think something. Yeah, go on.
it looked incredibly polished. I'd just say, like perfectly staged.
And I think something we haven't mentioned is that there was absolutely nothing like it in this
Exactly. Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Or I would say in Eurovision in general, I've never seen something of this sort of vibe.
No.
Yeah, it was its
It's
own
like
feel in terms of genre.
yeah, it's like very
hmm
industrial in a way, and we don't really get
hmm
that.
But it's industrial and smooth at the same time, which
Mm,
is the very difficult blend to get.
absolutely.
And then the whole the special effects, the arm with the it was like, oh. There
Yeah,
was always a little something interesting. The dancers coming in like looked like they were doing a rerun of the Matrix or something.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, everything had a kind of unique point to it, I guess,
yeah.
which
It
was
always stayed interesting. It kept building.
mm,
Yeah, I honestly, yeah, they know what they're doing.
yeah, absolutely. I'm thrilled they got sixth. I'm so happy for them
hmm
for that. In fifth we got Norway, and I mean I don't know why I predicted the way I did because it's just dumb. The complete
Yes.
opposite to my prediction happened, and you told me that the complete opposite was gonna happen, and I was like, no, I think this is gonna be the way it's gonna be, but I was just dumb.
Well, to be fair, I was also dumb because I predicted it way higher. So
Yeah,
you thought Norway would
second in the
be
jury, I
second in
remember.
jury, and I thought it would be third in the jury.
Mm.
which we were both stupid. But
Mm.
then in the televote, I thought it would be second in the televote, which it got third, so close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought Norway would be 13th in the televote, below Germany,
Oh yeah.
below Serbia, below
Oh,
Spain, below Australia.
this is not a good prediction. It's not a good look.
And then final results, you thought it would be ninth. I thought it would be third. I guess I was slightly closer, but we were both
Mm.
wrong.
Yeah, we were both wrong,
Queen
but
of Kings is the most perfect fifth place song. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
I I cannot explain, but I know what they mean.
Mm. I mean, um, Queen of Kings. I
Mhm.
just felt like the juries were gonna love it because it's that hook, you know. It's the hook that you will remember. I thought, and I was like, yeah, they're absolutely gonna go for it. But I gotta say, like the vocals on this one have not been convincing, and I do not understand why you include the
Yeah.
high note, like this whistle note or whatever you call it, if you can't nail it. I don't know why you have to include it then. Um, I mean,
Why
it
not?
doesn't sound bad, but it's
Yeah.
so clear that it's not done with conviction. And if you want to do something like vocal
Mhm.
impressive, you have to be confident in it and really like deliver it and knock it out of the park. Because otherwise, it's just going to
Mhm.
be a bit of a disappointment, I guess. At least in my book.
Yeah, like Ed and Aline,
Yeah, you have to nail it like
that'll
that.
set me free.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
especially like with
People are
the
saying
charisma as well.
mhm. Groot should just step back from predicting.
I
This is
mean,
very funny because I've already counted our points,
okay, we're in for a
and
treat, I'm sure.
mhm.
I mean, there is a part like I've always said, like throughout this entire like channel history, not the channel history, but like for the last few years, and especially this year, I've been very adamant that I've told everyone I'm not gonna predict because I always do terribly, and here we are
But that's the
because
fun of it.
yeah,
That's the
we're
fun of it.
I shouldn't step down
It's
from
not
it
like you're
because
betting money. Yeah.
it's tons of fun. Honestly, I enjoy it, and I can take
Mhm.
it. I know I'm terrible at it, and it's all for fun. I do not enjoy losing, but I can take it because I know it's something that I'm bad at.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm so glad about Norway. People mentioned how um in the jury final
Mm.
there were vocal issues, and supposedly she messed up the whistle note as well, which I
Uh,
have not seen or anything,
yeah, I haven't
so
heard
I
anything
have no
about that.
idea. But yeah,
Mm.
God, people are mentioning "I Feed You My Love" now and reminding me how good that was.
I mean, it was really good, but
Mhm.
Norway tend to be very good at Eurovision. You know, they just have a
Yeah.
knack for it. Um, yeah. And especially like Melody Grand Prix this year was definitely among the best national finals for sure, in my
Let's
opinion.
not even. We don't even need to talk about Echo in Nemai again.
Oh yeah, that's actually
You know
like
how good it
for
was.
once, me and Santi have like a massive favorite together, which is so wonderful. It happens
Yeah,
very rarely, but this time, like, and it's not like because usually when we have a favorite together, it's something that a lot of people can get behind as well. But this one feels a
strategy.
bit like exclusive to us. Like there is not a
hmm
massive fan. There is a fan base for Echo Iname, but it's not massive,
hmm
which is always
Gary is
something.
saying, "No, I missed all the stream." It's like, oh, don't worry,
You've
we're
missed
a
like
quarter of the
half
way
of it.
in.
Yeah, like we have a lot left to get through,
Yeah.
and it's 10:30. Wonderful. Um,
hmm
I'm gonna enjoy
That's
waking up
fine.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna invade you for next year since it's
Wonderful.
in Sweden.
I'll make
I
sure
hope
to
you have a
go.
classroom available.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
We
we'll
should
just.
do next year just live stream, but in person,
Yeah.
just in the
I mean,
class.
we should basically just hire one of my classrooms for a watch along, and everyone's just invited. You know,
See how many people actually show up.
See how many
Yeah.
people actually show up. Yeah. Okay, that was Norway. We're looking forward to seeing the compared to our predictions. We can also look forward to compare our predictions for Italy, who apparently got
hmm
174 from the public and 176 from the jury. I mean,
Yeah, and I want to clip the part of the stream where you said I think Italy will have the biggest difference between jury and televote when it turned out they had the smallest, tied with Serbia, who had like 16 and 14.
yeah, that's a pretty bit bad take. There's a lot of there's a lot of those in here, but we should still remember that there's only one of us who predicted the winner correctly. So I'll take that with me. Okay. Um, I just see
I'm
the
really happy.
I just see the comment. Groot lectures us on how Georgia wins the semifinal yet again. My next lecture. Uh,
This is how there were memes about okay, this is political, but in the 2020 Democratic primary, when it was obvious Biden would be the nominee, people
mhm.
were making he's like, this is how Bernie can still win. And
Uh-huh.
then they would invent like Biden gets struck by lightning bolt, and then the other candidates fall into a volcano or whatever.
Mm,
Yeah, and I can see it. This is how Georgia can still win the semifinal. There's a
absolutely.
way. Trust the plan.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mario says, I rewatch your predictions, and I have to say, I had a good laugh with some of your takes. Maris, please write them out in chat. I want to see them. And yeah.
Yeah.
Every year, people go, oh, yeah, Italy will do badly this time, and then they go and finish top 5. Pretty much.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's Italy for you. I'm still gonna be like I'm still gonna stand by the fact that I am surprised they got that many public points, especially because during the televote voting, it felt like a lot of points had just gone by, and then obviously Finland landslided and got such a massive amount. And I mean,
Yeah.
Sweden,
And I mean,
Israel, and Italy were left, and Italy just getting like I thought, okay, for Sweden to get a lot, and Israel will obviously get a lot, then surely Italy can't get a lot as well. And then they got 174, and I started feeling like, is Sweden gonna get like 50 points from the televote? Like there can't be that many
that is,
points left.
I that was my whole thought process. I mean, what I
Yeah.
just wanted was for the win to be exciting.
Mm.
And during the juries, I was so bored. But then, yeah,
But
it was really down to the wire.
it was,
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't have my calculator or anything. I'm sure people worked on it.
Some people maybe were, but I mean, it felt like a lot of the points had already been taken to that until that point, and then Italy goes and grabs 174, which is massive.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, I
The
think
jury
Italy also.
result though is not a surprise, right?
Nah,
No,
that much was. Well, I can check the predictions again.
I had it fourth. I
Uh,
know in jury.
yeah, I
I
had it
was,
6th.
so I did better on that one.
In televote, you had it 21st.
Where did
And
it
I had it
finish?
11th.
It was sixth in the televote.
And I had it 11th in televote. I had it 6th overall, and you had it 11th overall.
Yeah, I mean, wait, what did you say you had an overall?
Me,
Yeah,
6th.
you did well, but that's not
I
a
like.
point.
Mhm.
You
No,
don't get
it's
a point
not.
for that. No, we'll
We'll
get to
repeat
the
the
point
system later.
system later. Yeah.
I like how Gary says I predicted Spain bottom 5 in televote and was blocked by every Spanish person I know on Twitter. Can't say I'm proud I predicted right because I love this song.
Oh god. Oh.
Yeah. Groot once said, "One thing is for sure: Estonia is finishing bottom 10."
Yikes.
You know, we need to
Oh,
clip these into YouTube Shorts, and they would go viral.
would they
They
go
would boost
viral?
your channel.
Mm.
Yeah, you could become famous for how bad you are predicting. You
Oh
might as
wow,
well
that
exploit
that
that
that's
talent.
that's a way to what's it called? Not what do you call it? Not famed famedom. There's something you call it.
Stardom.
Stardom. Yeah, that's my path to stardom is bad takes and predictions. It feels almost to the point where if I intentionally do a bad prediction, that will be more correct than my actual predictions.
You know what? Next year,
Hmm.
when I do this, you will make your serious prediction, and then you will make a bad prediction on the side.
And then compare them.
And I can already picture the bad prediction ending up being exactly spot by spot, all 26 perfectly.
No, no, it's not gonna be that absurd, but
There's this YouTuber called Jaden Animations who's
yeah, yeah, I
famous for
know.
her bad luck.
Mm,
And in a video recently where she was with a bunch of friends, so she's so famous for her bad luck that with a friend she said, "Okay, we're gonna do a coin flip, and then you double my points."
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Yeah, but you always have bad luck." And then she says, uh, "If I lose, you double my points." And he threw, and he's like, "Haha, you lost." Yeah, I said if I lose, you double my points.
Yeah. Good take.
So she reversed it.
I'll do
You
something
do
like
the
that
same.
as well. Like every time I'm wrong on
Mhm.
a prediction, I should just get double points.
Oh God.
Next year, you should throw in one fake prediction as a joke and let us guess which one it was. Yeah, exactly.
And you won't guess.
Uh, okay, that was Italy. Italy only. Actually, I didn't reflect on this. Like Israel obviously finished third, but it was only 12 points ahead of Italy. Like Israel felt
Yeah.
like such a clear third place, but it obviously just was 1 point ahead in jury and only 11 points ahead in televote, which was probably what I surprised me a little bit. I thought they would get
Mhm.
more televotes. Like in comparison to Italy, I thought they would get more.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
Mm,
you thought the difference would be clear.
yeah, as you could
For
see
me,
in my
Italy.
prediction.
Yeah, evidently.
Yeah.
The thing with Italy is I wasn't. I was a certified Marco Mengoni hater because I don't know, his song never really did anything for me.
Uh,
And then I don't know. Yesterday it just really it, it clicked. It
mm,
took a while, but it finally clicked.
mm,
And yeah, it's similar enough to Estonia, where if a couple of weeks ago you told me how well Italy would do, I'd be like, ah.
ah,
But no, no, now I'm happy for the guy. Yeah,
mm,
I think it was perfectly deserved.
mm. Then what about Israel? Getting third? Did
Same,
we expect that?
same.
I mean, we kind of
I think
expected
so.
that, didn't we?
You predicted it third exactly. I predicted it
Oh,
fifth.
I
Nailed
demand
it.
an apology for everyone telling me I'm terrible at predicting. I demand it
I
now.
predicted it third in televote, and you predicted it sixth in televote, and in juries you thought it would be third, and I thought it would be ninth.
Let's see. In jury, it was second, of course, 1 point ahead of Italy. So, and in
Mhm.
televote, it was fifth. So,
Schnitzel, do we think he just came out yesterday with a pride flag? He never came out officially, but it's fairly well known in Italy that yeah, that is actually what Due Vite is secretly about, the double life of being in the closet. But he
mm,
says, oh, it's about two lovers who broke up because Italy is yeah, still a very accepting country.
it's an enigma, all of that, I guess. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, Marius is sharing more awful takes by me, which is.
Ooh, Great for Estonia and Belgium bottom five, Spain and France both in top five.
I mean, Spain and France in top five. I wasn't alone in
Uh-huh.
doing that. So, you know. All right. Should we move on to the top two?
Mhm. Yes.
Yes. I predicted Sweden to win. You predicted Finland to win. Bow down to
We had
my.
the same top two, but mirrored. So you won the top two. You got the entire top three exactly correct,
I
by the way.
did. I did.
And then you had Spain fourth.
Oh, did I say Spain? I meant Italy, of course. How
Yeah,
foolish.
Mediterranean
I
countries,
mean,
you know, they're
I
next to each other. Paella, pizza, it's all the
oh,
same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I got the top three, and then things happened. I probably didn't get anything below that, but I mean, the top three is what counts, right? So, you know. Hmm.
Quick reminder that when we did our own voting, Israel finished 14th in semi
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but that was before the performance, though. Like we only had the studio cut to go by. Obviously,
Yeah.
this entry is elevated massively by the performance they had, and that's what made it get third. If it was
Mhm.
staged like I
Yeah.
Curacao, it would not get third. Let's not kid ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Israel
Regardless,
slayed. It did. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Noah Curl is insane.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it too.
But
Um,
so we talk about Finland now.
yeah,
Suomi.
sure. Let's start with Finland.
Do I get demonetized if I say swears but in Finnish?
Uh, I do not know, but are you gonna say Perkele?
Perkele,
Uh,
satana.
okay, yeah.
This is very satisfying
I
to
don't
say.
know if we get demonetized from that, but if we
We'll
do,
figure it out.
I'll yeah. Well, I'll clip it away, I guess. Um, in general though, like Finland, obviously
Mm.
wasn't the favorite to win, even if you predicted it to be. But you looked at the odds, and Sweden had a pretty big gap. But when
Yeah,
Finland managed to get that 300 and whatever points it got, I was starting to get a bit.
376. We
Yeah,
believed.
we believe because that's pretty
We
much an
believed.
average of getting 9.9 points per country in the televote, which is the
Yeah, he
most
got 85% of all potential ones and is only second to Stefania.
yeah, you see, like that's insane,
Mhm.
honestly. That's such a massive margin. I don't think anyone really expected it to be that huge, right?
Uh, KDVSP actually mentioned the the really funny sequence of Poland having a whole emotional speech about Ukraine and the war in Ukraine and how they believe in peace and how countries shouldn't invade one another, and
Mm-hmm.
then giving 12 to Israel.
I mean, I thought, okay, okay. Moving on from Israel, let's stick to Finland. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's funny.
Mhm.
Um, okay, Janet says they got 10.16 points on average. That's not possible though, right? Because there were 38 countries voting, and they didn't get over.
With the rest of the world, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't get over 380, right? So
Hmm.
your math must be wrong, Janet. I'm sorry, but that has to be wrong. But still, I mean, it's just below 10. So Finland got 18, 12 points in the final from televote only, I guess, and Sweden got none, which is pretty
Yeah.
ironic.
That is crazy.
That is
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's party, I would even
Hmm.
say.
But I mean, uh, let's see. Finland down to Israel. It's a massive, massive gap. I can't even count this. My head is not doing this today. It's like 160 points or something like that, which is
Yeah.
insane. I mean, Finland. I mean, it is both of our favorite, like both yours and my favorite
Hmm.
song this year. I just
Yeah.
had that feeling like when I saw it, like the vocals, of course, weren't really like all the way up there, especially for the final part of the song, which
Mhm.
probably like maybe it didn't set it back at all. Like people didn't really care about that, and they shouldn't really care, I guess, altogether. But maybe it did affect them in terms of the juries.
Maybe, but did it affect them enough to for the juries to give Finland 50 or 60 more points or however many he needed to
Yeah,
catch up
like
to Loreen?
that many is probably not, that
Yeah.
wasn't reachable. But um,
I don't think that was the issue anyway. And I don't think
mm,
running order affected it either because,
no,
I mean, you would remember it at any points.
yeah,
But
for
13th
sure,
is a pretty good one.
for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, there was basically the fact that it had a very like it had to kind of rely on Sweden not being such a runaway winner within the jury for Finland to win.
Hmm.
And unfortunately for Finland's case, Sweden did run away with the jury voting very comprehensively,
Hmm.
which I guess was expected to a degree, but I didn't expect
I
it to
didn't
almost get
expect that much.
twice as much
Yeah.
as second. Yeah, that's very
It felt a bit
excessive.
ridiculous.
Mm,
I think that's why also people got quite angry.
yeah, because they just felt
Even
like,
though
oh,
she
Finland
still
had no
came
chance
second
anyway.
in televote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did.
like she still has a lot of popular support,
Mm,
but it's just the ridiculousness of the massive jury gap that sort of.
yeah, it's very
Mhm.
similar to Alexander Rybak in 2009. It was very similar, like watching this voting. Like you knew what was going to win. Well, the jury vote only
Mhm.
here, of course.
Yeah.
After like 15 voters, you knew that okay, Sweden's
Mhm.
winning this jury vote. The only difference is in
Mhm.
2009 it was for the entire vote, so that was even less
Yeah.
exciting.
In 2017, you had Portugal
Yeah, true,
do this sort of thing, but
true.
since it was Portugal, an underdog, they never won. They never got top five. People were rooting for them hard.
That's
And people
fair.
were also thinking maybe juries love it, but then Teva will give it nothing.
Yeah,
Whereas for Loreen, people knew Teva would give it quite a bit.
yeah.
And then the fact she's a repeat winner, the fact that it's the seventh win of Sweden.
Mm. I mean, there will
Yeah.
there will always be some kind of like
Hmm.
displeasure about that, and especially
Yeah.
since Finland was such a massive fan favorite. Like it was really
Hmm.
it had obviously a very big gap down to second in terms of the televote,
Hmm.
similar to what Sweden had in the jury vote.
But that's the thing. I think Finland, sorry, I think it ends up as a real winner.
For sure.
Um, because tattoo is probably is not going to affect Loreen much.
I mean,
It's also
she
not going
will
to.
be for the history books. It will definitely affect her a lot. Like
Yeah,
first
but
female winning
mhm,
twice, bringing Sweden the seventh win. I mean,
mhm.
it elevates her status as well because she came back. She didn't have to come back. She already had the most massive Eurovision
Yeah.
hit, and then she came back and did it all again, basically.
Mhm,
I think it did her a lot of good, but also some people
mhm.
are annoyed at her now. Like she would have maintained a higher reputation, I think, if Euphoria was
Yeah.
her only song.
The amount of people I saw around me just saying basically they're sending her again, that's just cheating.
Mm, mm, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There's a part of that
And
as well.
mhm. But also, I think none of us outside of Finland have any idea of the amount of Garia might as well own the whole country right
Yeah,
now.
I can imagine that.
Like everything from everyone is put out green. The ingredients for pina colada were out of stock.
Mm,
The political parties changed their logo to have little Garia. Even the
oh,
like ministries on their social media, like yeah, that level of
that's insane.
yeah, it's crazy. It's fact, but his legacy. This is a song people will remember
Oh, for
for
sure.
ages. I
Yeah.
mean, similar to the likes of, I mean, Fuego for the most recent example, but I'm thinking more Verka.
Hmm.
You know how people today saw Verka and they were like, "Oh yeah, I know her," but
Yeah.
who won that year? And they didn't really remember Molita.
Yeah. I mean, I
As
think
good as Molita was, it's my winner that year.
of course, Lordi won, but I think Kärjä has had a very similar impact on Finland as Lordi did back in
Absolutely.
2006. And I mean,
Hmm.
Lordi winning in 2006, like they had never won before, and they just came out of nowhere and won with that. That's obviously a massive
Hmm.
deal there, but it feels like Kärjä is very similar to that level of. Should we use the word stardom
Yeah.
again? I guess.
Let's go for it. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's beyond stardom at this point. It's mania.
Mania. That's good. I
Actively.
like that.
And now it's spreading to the rest of Europe. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm plugging my own video again, but you saw the thumbnail of it.
Oh yeah, you made it all green, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people were posting pictures of their cats wearing green,
Hmm.
like either one that was like mittens. I forgot the name. Not sewing, but crochet. Yeah, like a
Hmm.
green crochet thing for the cat, and then another one was wearing the actual bolero sort of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Hmm.
2023 will go down as the year of Garia. Yeah, pretty much.
Probably,
Because
probably,
Loreen
yeah.
is going to be remembered for Euphoria primarily,
Yes,
and maybe Tattoo as an afterthought.
yes.
This year,
Kind
Garia is
of
going to
did
be
it,
remembered as the thing that defined this year.
but that's kind of the opposite of Johnny Logan, of course, because Johnny Logan is mostly remembered
Hmm.
for "Hold Me Now," and then they were just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what was the other song he won with? Don't remember it." That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Loreen will
That's
be
the
the
thing,
other
because
way.
Johnny Logan expanded his career from that.
Hmm.
That's what I meant by I don't really see how Loreen is going to expand from here.
Maybe not expand her career, but I mean, her legacy in Sweden is probably gonna be,
Yeah.
untouched at this point.
Hmm.
She came back and
Hmm.
she won again. That's just the
Hmm.
biggest thing you can do, pretty much.
Yeah. And next year, we're definitely getting Cha 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 as an interval act. We have to.
Wouldn't rule it out.
Or Garia somewhere in there. I mean,
Yeah,
they got
maybe.
Eleni Foureira in 2019.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Unless Keria competes. Maybe he's thirsty
I
for
don't think he
revenge.
would.
No, I don't think he will either. But
I don't think he would, and I don't think he should.
no,
For that
no,
matter.
it's very hard to top this, and especially so close to
Mhm.
the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, just like you and Andy says, don't they prefer 1980 to 1987? Talking about Johnny Logan, I do too. But I mean, as an overall impact that it's had on the world, I think most people remember "Hold Me Now" much more. It just has
Mhm.
that hook. Um, we've talked about everything in the final. This means that we're
Yep.
gonna go into the semifinals finally. And I mean,
Wait, do you want to talk about our predictions for the final? Because I have the points for them.
we could go through that pretty fast, right?
We can do it right now. So,
Okay.
because I have them written down here. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
how this works is our my this little system for prediction we're using is very harsh because
Wait,
it
should
won't.
I? Wait, I'm actually gonna do something. Sorry for interrupting you, but I'm gonna put up
Yeah.
the actual predictions that we had for the. I'm gonna put
Ooh,
them
do
up on the
that. Yeah.
screen. Yeah, I figured that would
Hmm.
probably help a little bit. Um, wherever I have the. Didn't I save the document? Am I done? Don't answer that. Did I really not save
I
the?
I answered it in thought only.
Did I really not save the PowerPoint? If I didn't, I'm an idiot.
I have the images if you need them.
I did save
So
it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay. So are we just gonna go from the final results, right?
yeah.
All right. Give me just one
So
second to
how?
prepare this.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll explain. Santi will win easily. That's my prediction. We'll see about that.
Well,
But basically, how the system works is it actually does. I would win if we had a fair system, obviously. But
mhm,
the system we're using is you get 3 points if you nail the position, and you get 1 point if you're just one off. But that's it. So, for example, Groot is not going to get penalized for having Italy 21st in televote,
mhm.
or that sort of absurdity. Like massive. If you have a massive stretch or just 2 spots off, it's the same. All you need is to get exactly the right spots.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. And so this makes it exciting, and then we can go into semi predictions,
Yeah, we need to check the
and at
results
the same
first,
time, I
though.
will reveal.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, perfect. So I got the final result. Are we doing the
Mhm.
jury and the televote, or are we just doing the final results?
Just the final.
Yep. All right. So I have them on screen now. You can see mine on the left and Santi's on the right, and you can compare them.
Hmm.
And Santi, I will leave this over to you to announce this in an exciting manner.
Yep. I actually also did the jury and televote. Now that I look at my paper again,
So how should we arrange it now then? Should I
uh, start with jury.
start with jury? All right.
Hmm.
There we go. You can see it on screen now. These were our jury
Estonia
predictions.
last, but he had it 14th in jury.
Estonia last. Jesus Christ.
We are gonna look at the rest of the world votes afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. Santi taking over the channel?
So
Absolutely.
as far as the jury goes,
Hmm.
I the ones that I got correct were Sweden first.
Hmm.
Obviously, that's 3 points. Uh, I got Finland fifth, which was one off, so we're up to 4.
Hmm.
Am I looking at this correctly?
Wait,
Okay,
can
I
I
don't remember
actually
everything
do?
I got, but you
Wait,
can compare
wait.
and
Oh
contrast with
my
the real
god.
ones.
I just got the
Hmm?
best idea ever in the world.
Oh,
No. Ah, damn it.
yes,
Wait.
Andy. I will say later on. I'm still calculating all your stuff because you have too many things. I'm
Let's
getting
go
distracted,
with
but
like. Okay, wait. Let's do. Okay. Sorry, this is taking a little bit of time. This is very much on the go right now, but we're doing it like this.
as is tradition
Yeah, as is
around
tradition.
here.
Okay, so basically, you got. I'm gonna keep these up here just so that they're accessible. Okay, so you got 3 points for getting Sweden right.
Hmm. You're calculating it again, even though I already did
No,
it.
I'm not calculating. I'm just adding them so that
Okay.
it's visual as well. And you got 1 point for
Yeah.
Finland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then hang on, let me pull out the jury votes right here. Let's see. After that, I got Ukraine one off because I said it would be 50. I said it would be 14th, and I got 15th.
Yep.
Close enough.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Mm, 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 mm.
It's not a very good
I
prediction,
got
Santi.
I got Poland exactly correct.
All right.
24th.
24th. Oh, they were
And
actually
that is all
24th.
for me.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah.
you got
And that
8, right?
I wrote down 11, so what am I forgetting here?
Well, I can only see 8 points on the screen. Sweden, Finland,
Wait.
Ukraine, Poland.
What else did I get? I got something else.
Where about France? Did they get 13th in the jury vote? They got
They
somewhere
got
around there.
15th.
Oh.
16th actually, with the tiebreaker.
I don't know, honestly.
Oh, Portugal, 18th. I got
Okay.
it. 3.
3
So
points
I
there.
have 11 points total.
All right. Okay.
Yes, the system favors Root, but we have to throw him a bone, you know. Um, and then, as far as
Should lose
his
some points for
predictions
putting
go,
Belgium 23rd. No. I'm allowed some shockers just to be right
no,
on
that's
the.
me who put it 23rd. Oh, you put it
Oh,
23rd overall, maybe.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Is it
Okay,
possible to get minus points? No, because we would end up in the negatives, both of us.
for sure.
Um,
And we would sit here until 4 a.m.
so Groot, the ones you got exactly correct were
Mm-hmm.
Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you got Italy and Finland one off each, and Israel one off as well.
That's pretty
You had
impressive.
them
You
third, fourth, and fifth when they were second, third, and fourth.
you have to admit that's a little bit impressive. A little bit.
It is a bit impressive.
Hmm.
You then had Armenia 11th. It came 12th.
Okay, so that's another point.
You had Cyprus 12th. It came 13th.
I know a lot of one-off here. Like,
Yeah. You had Ukraine exactly correct.
ooh, who's in the lead? Let me know. Let me know.
You.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Slovenia, you were two off. Never mind. You got Serbia one off.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Germany one off as well.
This is the best prediction I've done
If
in
I
my
counted
entire
correctly,
life.
that is a total of 13 points for you.
So basically,
Even though you predicted Norway second.
I'm just getting this in here. Jury vote prediction results: Groot 13, Santi 11.
Oh, you're so proud of yourself.
Yeah, this is going to I'm putting this on my fridge. Basically, I need to print it out and just post it on my
Wow,
fridge.
you're writing.
Oh,
Okay. Now we move
I'm
on to televote.
okay. Televote. Yep. Wait, I'll just drag these with me into the other page. Oh shit, no. Televote. Okay, here we go.
So let's start with me, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Finland.
Finland 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get 1 point for Norway
Yeah.
because I predicted it second, but it came third in televote.
Yep.
I had Spain sixth and Slovenia seventh,
I
and
mean,
Australia eighth, and
well,
Serbia ninth.
well. I mean, I
That's
wasn't
exactly
much
it.
better, so.
I have France 13th. It came 14th, so one off there.
1 point.
Lithuania I got exactly right.
Ooh, that's
15th.
yeah.
Going down on the other stuff, and I believe that is all I have. And
Wow,
if I counted correctly earlier, that's 7 points.
8.
That's 8? Nice.
You're terrible at this, Santi. Terrible.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Groot got 3 points for Finland and 3 points for Sweden. I can already tell you that.
Congratulations. You
This
have
is
6 for now.
oh my, oof. Just like who was it that wrote in the chat? Um, Gary, Groot when apply for a new job in his CV. I won the ESC 2023 jury prediction. I'm gonna win the televote too, aren't I? Let's go, Santi.
We
What
will
else?
see.
What
So
else do
you
I?
had Spain 4th.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I had
You
Australia
had
third.
Israel 1 off. You
Ooh.
predicted it 6th. It came 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. You had Slovenia 15th. It came 16th, so 1 off there.
Wait, which one?
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Yep.
You had it 1 off.
Mm-hmm.
You had Italy 21st. Once again.
Oh.
And that is all you have correct. And I think
Oh,
that's 7 for
really?
you.
That's only 8 as well. So both of us got 8.
Wait, is that 8 too?
Finland, Sweden, 3 points each, and then Israel and Slovenia, one
Yeah.
point each. Yeah. So both of
Yeah,
us got
correct.
8.
That's 8.
So
So
far
we're
we're
tied.
21-19 in total.
And then we're going to the final results.
Can we just stop it here?
No, I think you'll like the final results, mainly because I got the top 2 reversed and you got the top 2 correct.
Oh yeah, that's
You got the
right.
top 3 correct even, so you have quite a few points there.
Okay, we're
But
getting
let's start with just mine. Finland, Sweden.
Sorry,
Yeah,
wait. I'd have to.
I'm waiting.
There
it's
we go.
fine.
Yep. All right. Ready.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Finland and Sweden, I got 1 point for each.
1
I just
point.
predicted them opposite.
Yep.
After that, Australia, I predicted 10th. It got 9th.
Yeah, so that's 1 more point.
Lithuania, I got perfectly 11th.
Ooh, well done.
Let's see the other stuff. Moldova, I'm 1 off. I had it 19th when it came 18th.
Yeah. Can you believe there are 122 people watching us do this? It's
Because they're waiting for their own. Thank you, Gigi. Yeah, they're waiting for the results of their predictions.
maybe.
Albania, I was also 1 off.
1 off.
And that is it for me. So I got only 8 points. So you already beat me. Because, you got the top 3 correct, and that's 9.
I got the entire top 3 correct. This is my proudest moment in my entire life. It's just... You can call me... you remember Paul the Octopus? That's basically me.
Yeah. Fun story about Paul the Octopus. So in Galicia, octopus is actually the national food, and there's a yearly celebration, which is the Festival of the Octopus. And after the 2010 World Cup, which obviously Spain won,
Yeah.
Galicia wanted to have Paul the Octopus as an honored guest, and they promised they would not eat him.
Okay.
But sadly, the German zoo still denied the request to allow Paul to attend. I wouldn't know why.
I just love this. The whole the little small side note. We promise we won't eat him.
Yeah, we promise. Trust us.
All right. Did I get any more points?
I do believe you did, and let me tell you which ones they were.
Well, for sure,
you
not
got
Serbia.
Austria perfectly, 15.
Ooh, that's actually pretty, I guess, impressive, right? How many people predicted Austria spot on 15th?
You got Switzerland spot on 20th.
Oof, this is almost a home run, Oh, Switzerland is too long of a name.
1 point for Albania.
1 point for Albania. Oh yeah, we had the same spot there.
Yeah, and that is all. And then I just want to mention you had Estonia dead last.
It's like you need that to comfort yourself losing a prediction game against me.
Exactly. Octopus can actually live like 2 or 3 years, but usually 1 year because they get killed before. Yeah.
Told on prediction results. So I got... How many did I get on this final one?
16.
So I got 37. And you got how much in the last one?
27. I got
27.
8. So you have 10 points more than me. And isn't that just impressive?
I am now the prediction god of this world. Santi, how does it feel losing by 10 points to me in a prediction game?
You had Italy 21st in
how did the point system work? How did the point system work, Santi?
Brokenly, but it worked.
I'm just. I mean, I think
I am proud of you, Groot.
Thank you. Are you impressed?
I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
No, but genuinely, the top 3. I mean, even if it is exactly what the odds said, still good.
Yeah, I mean, getting the entire top 3 correct. It's pretty random. Just Austria and Switzerland to nail those as well, just in the middle there. I mean, you nailing Lithuania is pretty impressive too. Like spot on, I guess.
Do you want to review our semi-final predictions while I'm calculating the stuff of other people? Because
Oh, you haven't
I'm only like I'm like a quarter done because I've been sort of doing it at the same time.
a
But
quarter.
yeah,
Then how long should I give you to
but
get done with that?
you know what? I am going to just announce like the top three best scores. So whenever I see someone has a low score already, I'm just gonna skip counting the exact number.
Oh, yeah, that's a good strategy.
Which
Um,
is I saw someone Andy predicted Spain to win.
mhm,
I wish we lived in that universe, honestly. That would have been lovely.
mhm.
The rest of the prediction is quite solid. But yeah. Do you
Okay,
want
so
to do check our wait, no, we're good. I'm gonna announce the semifinal results first of all.
you will, but I
Because
can bring up the our predictions from, but I don't think I saved the images where we predicted the semis. I think you also froze Santi, or maybe not. No,
did I freeze?
no, you're back now.
No.
But I don't have
I'm not in Finland.
the images from the semi. Let's see. Let me just see if I can find them real quick. You can sit here and count,
Okay,
and
okay.
everyone can just enjoy the silence of me
Yeah,
looking
I'm
for the.
counting. You look, I have my calculator that I got for free in high school because they gave us this one.
Love how you keep
So
stuff
that's
from
free.
high school.
Yeah, because it works great,
Mm,
and I think Schnitzel probably has the same one because we all get it in troisième. So,
I'm just thinking maybe I
uh,
shared the images of our predictions in our chat. Did I? Or maybe I didn't.
otherwise, I can send them. I can. Well, I have the results right now anyway. But let's first announce how the semis ended up. I think that is the first thing we should do.
I just felt like I wanted to have them up on screen at the same time. But you know what? I could actually just take a screenshot from our
Mhm.
prediction, or I could
Yeah,
actually
you
just
could.
put the screen from. Let's see, predicting the semifinals with Santi. Let's just open this video. Let's turn off the audio. And we'll see semifinal one. Oh wait, yeah, we arranged them as well. Wait, I got this. I got this. I think.
Uh huh.
Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, this system was so convenient as well. How I put them on the screen, it looks
Yeah.
absolutely horrendous, but sure. Um, okay, I think everything works like that. Um, okay, wait. Let's pick that screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, you'll just have to sit through this one. Um,
Don't worry. No, I don't think anyone's in a rush.
no, no one's
Like
in a rush.
if they've stayed this long here,
They have nowhere else to be now.
it's-
Okay, wait.
other than bed maybe, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel like, oh, it's past 11, so good job,
mm-hmm.
me. Um, let's just put it
Some
like,
people have put fun names in the predictions.
ooh, looking forward to that. Um,
Uh,
okay, that looks quite neat actually. Okay, I got semifinal one up.
mhm. Okay.
Basically, so everyone can see how we predicted them on the screen right now. And obviously, like what direction are we going? Are we moving downwards and up,
Let's
or
go. Ooh.
and
Hmm.
are we getting points for these as well? Like, are we getting?
Yes, we are.
So basically, I haven't won already because I had 37 and you had 27, and we're gonna add these.
I could catch up to you. But,
Okay.
however, the
Mm,
game here is not predicting the exact qualifiers. Once again, it's about the spots because
mm-hmm.
you can tell in semi one I have 10 out of 10 because
Oh
obviously.
yeah, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you do. I
But
had Malta ahead of Portugal. Yeah. Mm,
okay, I think I'm going to announce the order of the semifinal qualifiers and the points they got from lowest to highest.
okay. Yeah. Sure. Kind of feels like we should
Because
start with semi two because we don't care about semi two as much. Or should we just do semi one first? Maybe we should.
let's do semi
Okay.
one.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do
Fine.
things in order. So, dead last
Mm-hmm.
in semi one with a total of 3 points.
Oh, okay.
It is Malta.
No way. Really?
It is.
That's the most sad thing I've heard in my life.
I know.
How?
I
Three
know.
points.
3 points.
I mean, I know they were kind of had a terrible running order, but I
And
mean,
terrible history. One of them was rest of the world, and the other two were Israel.
wow. That's just sad. Come on. Like
That's
that's the
awful.
one that I would probably least expect out of these five. I could see all of them getting.
You predicted it,
I predicted to
so
qualify, yeah, but I mean, I could have seen like Azerbaijan gets 0 points. I said that. I kind of thought that that could have happened, but Malta getting
mhm.
3 points. I mean, and
Yeah.
it was so like inviting as well, and they performed the hell out of it. Like such a good performance to it. I
But
understand
it was second.
if it's not your kind of song, but the performance of it was just
Mhm.
it was too good. That's awful. Three
Yeah.
points.
The
I'm
the
mad.
busker is the new LPS.
Yeah, even worse, they got okay. Maybe we had juries last year though, so
Mhm.
I mean there weren't enough points up for grabs.
Mhm.
3 points,
Uh,
man. Ah.
mhm. Moving up to 14th place
Mm-hmm.
with 4 points.
Oh come on. Uh huh.
It is Azerbaijan.
Yeah, that's really
This
sad
is
as
this is
well.
just a game of I'm sticking a knife into meat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean the ones that I liked. I mean I've already seen where Latvia finished, so at least we're not expecting that one next. But I mean,
Mhm.
who voted for Azerbaijan? What country? Do you have it?
The those who voted for I will find it. Hang on.
Hmm.
Azerbaijan got one from Croatia, one from Israel, and two from Latvia.
Hmm. Yeah.
Moving
That's
on.
actually Mario's in the chat just said Malta came last because you predicted them qualifying, which is just so accurate. That's how I work. Next
That's
next year,
brutal.
I'm just putting all of the songs I dislike as qualifiers. That's what I'm gonna do.
You will lose
Ah,
a prediction game, but you will win the actual thing that
yeah,
matters.
exactly. I'll be happy at least.
Ay, Dios.
Ah,
Uh, Once again, moving on
yeah.
to 13th place with
Hmm.
7 points.
This is really sad.
I mean, keep in mind these are half the points
Yeah, of course, but
of the
like
usual.
seven,
It
four, and
would be
three.
14. Mhm.
Mm,
It is Netherlands. Burning Daylight.
wow. You said 7 points.
7 points.
Huh.
And those points came from one from all of Azerbaijan, Norway, and Portugal, and then two from Moldova and two from Serbia.
Yeah, I could have like that kind of felt like a Sweden type of song, I think.
Mhm.
But 7
That's what
points is
happens when they
very.
don't buy SIM cards. No.
uh, I don't know. Like,
Moving on to number 12. Oh, yeah, go on.
yeah, I mean, I expected Azerbaijan like 13th. I think you can even
Mhm.
see. Oh wow, I'm just looking at our predictions, and I actually had Azerbaijan 13th and Azerbaijan 4 or Netherlands 13th and Azerbaijan 14th. So that's
Yeah, you
six
got those
points
right.
here. But I definitely expected more points, like seven. That's very little.
Yeah,
And I definitely didn't think
7.
Ireland was gonna. Or well, according to my predictions, I had them 12th, which means 9 points. Hello. Aha.
Hello.
Okay,
Game
how many
over.
points did Ireland get in 12th then?
Ireland got 10 points.
This is
Brutal.
yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No one got any points basically, and like then it
very weird.
basically also means that like just basically a block with like if we just imagine in the second semi then like Greece and Cyprus. Basically, if Greece was in this semi and Cyprus voted, Greece would have automatically been 12th even if no one else voted for them because everyone gets the smallest amount of points.
I
Mm.
don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have 12 it. No idea.
Yeah, okay, but you get my point. Like a 12 would
Yes,
basically put it up four places.
I do.
Mm.
Now we're moving on to number 11,
11.
11,
Yes.
which is Latvia,
Mm-hmm.
and they had 34 points.
Whoa. Okay, so there was a very distinct top 11. Mm.
And the song that came in 10th as the 10th qualifier had 37
Oh, come
points.
on. Ah. Okay, well,
So
look,
Latvia were 3 points away.
but come on. At least we can be happy that it wasn't a song that got 3, 4, 7, or 10 points, basically. Like, it still got a fair amount of points,
Hmm.
which is actually
Yeah.
really nice to know. Like, it sucks that all of those countries got so few, but it actually says something that Latvia is so far ahead of the rest of the non-qualifiers.
Yeah.
Like,
They
that's
recognize that
saying
it's a
something.
quality song, that
Yeah,
there's 11 quality songs and then four that are a bit.
yeah. Like Aruanta
Well,
says,
I would consider Malta.
Latvia was one Malta away from qualifying. Mm,
Oh, now 3 points is going to be a Malta, a unit of
yeah.
measurement.
Oh my. That's
And the country. Mhm.
mm,
Can you
uh
guess the country that made it just barely as a 10th place with 37
I just want
points?
to know first, did how many points did Sweden give Latvia, if any? Because I obviously
0.
gave it I voted 20 times.
They got 0.
Can we just ban Sweden from participating? How many did we give to the country who finished 10th?
Oh, let me
If
see.
we gave it more than 3, I'm just leaving.
You gave
No.
1 to the
Okay.
country that
Okay,
finished in
wouldn't have made a
10th.
difference. All right. Okay.
And the country that finished in 10th place
Mm-hmm.
is Serbia.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could kind of imagine that from judging the final results now. But
Now,
obviously,
yes, but
yeah,
back then,
back then, no way, no. But
no way, Jose.
yeah, now it kind of makes sense after
Hmm.
we saw the final results. But it's kind of weird, like how that's a 10th song as well.
Yeah.
Like, mm,
And now we jump up to 74 points
oh
for ninth
wow.
place.
Okay.
So all the rest was very secure.
Yeah, yeah.
And ninth was Portugal.
Mm, kind of expected. But I mean,
I told you it was secure.
mm, yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels a bit. I don't like the concept of it just being between two songs to get like if you're that far ahead of the rest of the non-qualifiers and then something
Yeah.
that's so close and you're basically only you two fighting for the last spot.
Hmm.
I don't like that.
It's a you get it all or you get everything. It's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
extreme.
Yeah.
And now I will do them a bit faster in order
Mm.
because these are less exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Eighth place with 76 points. It is Croatia.
Oh, thought they would be way
They
higher.
didn't go that high. No.
No. Hmm.
Seventh place with 97 points. It is
Hmm.
Switzerland.
That's really cool actually that they got that many.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, shockingly, sixth place was Norway with
Hmm.
102.
I mean,
Likely since she
they were
opened.
first in the running order, yeah, and was not that good vocally.
Mhm,
I'd say in the semifinal.
mhm. Obrigado, Vitor. É a segunda vez que alguém me disse que eu falo bem português.
Okay,
Vocês não
okay,
sabem que eu
okay,
falo tão pouco.
Santi. Okay, Santi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said I'm the linguist here. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
anyway, fifth was Moldova with 109.
That's good. That's really nice.
Mhm.
I'm happy for them
Uh,
to be that
fourth
comfortably through.
was,
Like, it's nice.
yeah. And someone who also got very comfortably through, despite people saying they could maybe be the shock non-qualifier,
Czechia, I guess.
Czechia,
Yeah.
110.
Oh, that was only one more than Moldova, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And the top three is the exact same top three as the final. Finland, Sweden, Israel.
Yeah, but yeah. So
And
Finland first, Sweden second, and Israel third.
yeah,
Yeah.
177, 135, and 127, respectively.
Sweden and Israel very close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mhm.
All right. Are we counting the points here, or are we gonna go
Yeah,
to? Yeah,
we are counting the
I
points.
can't do anything visual now on the screen because I don't have it in the
Mhm.
document. So we'll just have to
It's
count.
fine.
But I mean, we
So
both
let's
have
start with.
Finland and Sweden.
Mhm. Mm-hmm. So, as for me, I predicted the top two correctly. That's
Yeah.
already 6 points. You
Yep.
did as well.
Mm-hmm.
For Israel, I was one off.
Me too.
For Moldova, I was one off. For Croatia, I was one off. For Portugal, I was one off.
Hmm.
And then for Latvia, I was one off. For Netherlands, I got it. And Azerbaijan, I got it.
Wow,
And that makes a total.
you basically caught up already, I think.
So that's 17 points for me.
Oof. You
For
almost got as
you,
many points in the semi as you did in the entire final.
yeah,
In
but the
all
semi is
three.
easier to predict, to be fair.
I guess, but there are three voting sessions in the final.
Yeah. And now there's, you got 3 plus 3 already, +1 for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then you got Ireland correct.
Ooh.
You got Netherlands correct. You got Azerbaijan correct. And that puts you at a total of 16 points. So you're just one behind me.
So that's actually pretty good. So basically, it's 53-44 now, and we're heading into semifinal two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which my prediction for semi-final two was admittedly wishful thinking more than a sports prediction. So
Oh well, I brought them up on screen now, so everyone can see them.
so I
Uh,
will announce the results of semi two now.
yeah, I don't like now that I look at it. I don't know why I put Greece lost. That's my wishful thinking?
Maybe.
But okay.
But at any rate, Greece did not get last.
Okay, and Georgia did not get first. I know that as well.
Nah, you think?
Nah.
And the interesting part is that two countries actually tied for last place.
Okay.
Romania and San Marino.
Mm. I mean, Romania I
Both.
could see, and San Marino. I mean, they don't have any friends. I guess
Mhm.
basically. Okay.
And they both got 0 points.
That sucks. I mean, I was kind of thinking like Romania could have got zero, maybe. Like Romania was really off when we saw it. San Marino getting
Yeah.
zero, I think, is very harsh. They performed it well, I'd say.
People don't know San Marino exists, to
Yeah,
be fair.
and I mean the song wasn't really that special, but I mean I thought they did a good job to at least deserve a point, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Romania beat San Marino due to running order. So San Marino is the dead last of this entire year.
Is
And I
wouldn't it
think that
just be
is what I
easy?
predicted.
Wouldn't it just be easier to like okay, who got an 11th place in someone's voting? Wouldn't that be an easier way to
Maybe,
determine it?
but I'm not gonna be the one calculating all that.
Yeah, okay.
So
And I mean, I don't think Romania and San Marino cares if they get 15th or 16th with 0 points
well,
anyway, so.
Andy cares because we just said we finished ahead.
Thanks to performing before them, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. In 14th place with a meager 6 points,
All right.
it is Denmark.
Mm. I think that's actually quite a I can't say that's a relief, but like he sounded terrible. I mean,
And the 6 points all came from Iceland.
oh, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, mm,
Mhm.
I think that's a very fair place for Denmark, though. I had
Yeah.
them 11th, and you obviously had them as a qualifier, so that's something. Yeah. All right,
But
Denmark
I
14th.
did it to be different.
Okay.
Uh, in 13th place, we have a country who got 14 points,
Hmm.
one of those being a 12.
Okay, this is Greece, isn't it?
Yep.
And
Who
the
got 12
12.
from Cyprus.
No, I thought it was from
Yeah,
Slovenia.
I know, it's so random. And then can you
Wow.
guess who the two were?
From Denmark, right? Because he's Danish, isn't he?
Actually, no, from Armenia.
Oh, I thought he was Danish, wasn't he?
He is.
But I guess they don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay. Um, Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, this Greece getting 12 from Cyprus is basically just cheating. Like, imagine if he was in the first semi, he would have finished
Mhm.
12th ahead of, four other countries basically just because he had Cyprus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he just finished ahead of
Okay, yeah,
Belarus.
he did here as well. But I mean, the songs were better in semi one that
Mhm.
he finished ahead of. So,
Mhm. The country that came in 12th place also got a 12
okay,
and got a total of 33 points.
pretty big gap.
However, that was not enough to put them first.
Wow. Hmm.
It was Georgia. And the 12 they got was from Armenia.
Well. Hmm. You said 30,
And
33?
yep,
It's very
33
low.
points.
No. Hmm.
And that means you know who the 11th spot was, right?
Yeah, it was Iceland.
Correct. And Iceland got a total of 44
So it
points,
wasn't even close for Georgia either.
including a 12 from Denmark.
Of course. I mean, this is basically cheating as well. Denmark and Iceland being the same.
Yeah, you weren't complaining as much when Denmark and Iceland gave 12 to Sweden in the final. No,
I
no,
mean,
Iceland gave to Australia, actually. I remember that.
we didn't. I mean, sure, the jury did, but this is televote only, and all of them 12 Finland. So
Hmm.
we didn't even get a 12 in the final, and you know that, Santi. So
And people will bring it up all the time.
yep, yep.
And so Iceland's got 11th with 44,
Mm.
whereas the 10th qualifier got 74 points.
Okay, yeah. Well,
So there was a significant gap.
yeah. Mm.
And do you have an idea who the 10th qualifier could be?
10th qualifier, possibly. Well, this is actually pretty tricky because I mean,
Hmm.
the one that did worst in the televote in the final was like Estonia, right? No, Austria did. So maybe Austria was 10th then.
Except Austria was not first in the running order in this semi,
Oh
and it is
yeah, true.
Estonia who came 10th.
Okay, Estonia came 10th, yeah. But I
We
mean,
move higher up.
they still
Mhm.
had a massive gap down to not qualifying. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
and
was.
people were saying this
Mhm.
was the one that was tricky to predict, but the other semi had like a 3 point difference for qualifying, and this one had a 40
Yeah.
point gap or 30 or
You
whatever.
know, it actually, Latvia being 3 points away from qualifying would have absolutely devastated me if the 3 point gap wasn't with Serbia, who's
Mm.
my second favorite
But I
in the
mean,
whole event.
rather have Latvia be 3 points away from qualifying than getting what Malta did with 3 points in total. I mean,
Yeah, that
let's
would
be
just.
real. Yeah.
And then we move up to 83 points.
Yep.
And ninth place, it is Albania.
Ooh,
So
nailed it. I
pretty
can see on
comfortable
my prediction.
qualifier.
I can see I
In
nailed my
eighth
prediction.
place, we have Belgium with 90 points.
And then they get seventh in the final. That doesn't make any sense. Or well, the jury
You
did
got that?
their part,
It's
but
so funny because Estonia, 10th in the semi, 8th in the final.
mm,
Belgium, 8th in the semi, 7th in the final.
yeah. But I mean, both were very affected by the juries, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
In seventh place with 94 points, we have Kypros,
Oh,
Cyprus,
oh, τόσο
which you
καλά.
predicted a bit higher, I think.
I
Uh,
predicted
uh,
fifth, and you predicted eighth, so you get 1 point there.
mhm. In sixth place, we have Hayastan, Armenia,
Okay.
with 99 points.
Mm. Wait, how many did
Uh,
Cyprus
it,
have? You said.
94.
All right.
So this is all sort of similar
Very close
range.
to each other, yeah. Same as in the
In
final, where they were basically next to each other as well.
in fifth place, we have Slovenia with 103.
Hmm. I'm happy they got top five in the semi. That's nice.
Yeah, me too.
Hmm.
In fourth, we have Lithuania with 110.
Hmm. Very close, all of
Uh,
these to each other. But basically,
in
Austria and
mhm,
Australia are still in, and they
yeah,
were completely dead in the. Wait, Poland is still.
Poland is third with
Oh,
124 points.
wasn't even close. Almost 100 point gap down to 11th. Ooh,
80-point gap with Iceland, who was the
yeah,
11th. Yeah.
mm, insane.
This is the single biggest. This is the moment where I become the Joker.
I mean, basically, you predicted Poland 13th. I predicted it 12th.
Yeah,
It's,
this was all wishful thinking too.
mm,
Let's be real.
Wow. Third.
And then the top two was Australia and Austria,
And
first and second, respectively.
both of
So
them
Australia
completely
won.
died in the final.
Yeah. They got 149 and 137.
But you said Australia won the semi, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was what we said after the show as well. Like Australia looked like the probably the one that was gonna win it
This is Poland's best semi-final placement ever.
ever. I mean, we have only had semifinals since 2004, and wait, where did River come in the semi?
You're asking too many
I
questions. Let
know,
me see.
I know.
River came sixth.
Oh, that wasn't that high.
Mm-hmm. No.
And I mean, 2016 they were like, I mean, they did really well with Televote, but I guess the jury took them down to not get close to third.
Yeah, let me see how they did. Poland came sixth as well, but 131 points from the public, which would have made them actually only fourth. So
Ooh.
even if 2016 was only televotes,
Would Solo would
because
still have
it
higher?
would still be solo.
Wow, that's all right.
Solo is absolute insanity.
Yeah. All right. Should we count the points here for the
Yep.
semifinal two?
So, as far as I go, I get 2 points for Austria and Australia, respectively.
Yeah.
I just mirrored them.
Hmm.
Slovenia, I had Georgia fifth. Lol.
Well,
Belgium,
I
I was one off. Cyprus, I was one off. I do believe. Hang on, let me check. Cyprus was seventh, and I predicted it as eighth. Yeah. Iceland, I was one off.
yeah.
And then I got Greece, Romania, and San Marino all exactly correct,
Oh, well done.
which
Maybe you're
gives
catching up
me
here.
a total of 14 points.
14.
14.
14. Okay, so you're up on 58, and I have 53 in total before you counted my points here.
Yep. And so I'm not catching up, is what you're saying.
Well, I don't know. I had Georgia first, so I'm not getting any points there. Oh, I had Austria
No.
second. That's 3 points.
That's 3 points, correct.
Then not looking like a lot of points after that. Albania?
You had Albania exactly correct.
Ooh, 6 points.
You then had Romania exactly correct. So you get 9.
I almost lost, but that's 62. That is 62. So, and that was no 1 points in this one?
I don't think so, unless
Nothing
you can
was
find
1 off?
one.
No, I don't think so, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Where did you say Cyprus was in semi?
It came 7th.
Okay, so 2 off.
And you predicted 5th.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Yeah, okay, so wait, San Marino was oh yeah, it was 16th, yeah. Right. Okay, so basically prediction results of the final plus semi 1 and 2, Groot 62, Santi 58. And now I have a new message to pin. Here we go. I will cherish this moment for the rest of my life. I won the prediction for the first. Like this has to be the first time I've beaten you in a prediction, surely.
Probably. I mean, I'm not good at Groot wins over Santi on penalties.
Penalties, yeah.
Let's call it that.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely on extra time now because we've been streaming for 3 hours. So.
Yeah, that's one way to put extra time.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm just going to real quick just run through the predictions of people.
I'm very impressed that you've managed to count during all of this time as well. Like count people.
Well, that's why I'm only halfway through. But now that I can actually concentrate on it and rush, it should be much easier.
Okay, and I should try and maintain some kind of interest going on here in the chat while you do that.
Yeah, do that.
Hola.
Hola, amigos.
Amigos. Muy bien, muy importante. How is it?
You don't know how to
How,
stream without me
no,
anymore.
no,
It's
how,
crazy.
no, I've lost my streaming ability. How's everyone doing tonight? Are you doing well? Have you had fun 3 hours? I mean, there's 123 people still here. Have these 3 hours been worth it of your night? I hope so. I think um, Gary thinks we should talk about Alena. I think not. Mandalorian
How
will
do
go
we
to
talk
sleep
enough about
now.
him?
Why are you going to sleep now when the results are just going to be announced, huh? That's a very poor
Wait.
timing.
Who is going to sleep, and what was their name in the form?
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Oh, do I have you in this form, or did you not submit one? Unless you submitted it with another name, I don't see you in here.
Okay, so then you can go to bed, I guess. It doesn't concern
Okay,
you,
I
I
can go.
guess. Yeah, you could go anyway, but I mean, no, you're not allowed to leave. You're
No, we're
staying here.
forbidden.
Forbid it. Um,
Mhm.
what did you think of the part where they sang "You'll never walk alone"? Don't make me mention it, Deanne. It's like people think that, oh, okay, we're in Liverpool. Obviously, there's only one football team in Liverpool, you know? And obviously, everyone who lives in the city of Liverpool is supporting the team Liverpool, which is so far from the truth that it hurts me. And apparently, it's very convenient that we should sing Liverpool Football Club's anthem because we're in Liverpool. I mean, why couldn't we hear "It's a grand old team to play for" instead? Oh, it would have melted my heart. I get that. Okay, you'll never walk alone. It's like the ties with Ukraine. It has a very strong message. But just let me have this one. I don't need to be reminded of Liverpool having more success than Everton every day of my life. It's enough the way it is. Um, moving on, DM. I got a little mini rant out of that.
Yeah, the
Um,
football talk.
Andy Groot, what are the chances Sweden sends something in Swedish next year? Well,
Zero.
zero. Is there a minus digit we can go for?
Zero
Like,
dot zero zero three.
yeah, okay, 0.003. That's the percentage. I mean, even if a song in Swedish would win Melodifestivalen, which it won't, we will still translate it to English. When will the watch along start again? I guess next week. I mean, now Eurovision is over. It's post ESC depression. Best time to watch old Eurovision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. Schnitzel, doing pretty good. How are you? I mean, or how about you? Maybe you're supposed to say. I'm good. Santi, are you good?
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty
I,
good.
I
Yeah,
I would like to think so.
yeah. I mean, I'm getting pretty tired, and it's gonna be hell waking up tomorrow. But it's
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, I have 4 classes tomorrow, which is not that much. But I have like on Mondays and Thursdays we have like what do you call it? We have meeting time after all of the classes are done, so I end the day pretty late. So it's gonna be a long day. But I'll manage. Allison had a rough day, and this cheered me up. Well, I'm happy we can help.
Oh.
I hope your day tomorrow
Mhm.
will be much improved. Um, Sometimes the days are worse than others, and we'll just have to get our heads down and keep looking forward. And I'm happy we could help cheer you up a little bit at least. Um, Jonathan is ready for another 3 hours.
It's not gonna be that long. Come
Okay,
on.
well, I mean, I could leave you with Santi. Like, I could go to bed and Santi will still be talking when I wake up tomorrow, so we could do
You
that.
overestimate me. I would fall asleep before that.
Somehow I think you won't. I mean,
In the UK Guardian, there is an article ranking all 67 ESC winners. It is funny and a bit controversial. And I know you read the BBC review of
yeah,
this
yeah,
year's
yeah.
contestants.
And
You should read that article.
that took like 5 hours for me to read that article, and now
Mhm.
there's twice the amount of songs in a new one.
Mihailo, good night. I can tell you you didn't win the prediction game.
Well done.
I already calculated your score.
Um,
You can read a bit of that article to keep people entertained, right?
no,
That's
I'm
fine.
reading the chat now. I'm good.
That's also very
Um,
fun.
we got both. Wait, I lost it now. Both Gary and the Mandalorian admitted that they didn't submit results because they didn't want to embarrass themselves.
I'm
So
not reading the people. I'm not telling like, oh, this person completely failed. This
yeah,
person
yeah,
completely
yeah.
messed up. I'm
Only
not gonna reel it. I'm just reeling the winners.
Only the winners, yeah, like the top three or
Hmm.
something.
Yeah, because I
Um,
can't be bothered to calculate
yeah,
absolutely
it's too
everything
much,
as
too
well.
much. Um, Everton fans is shambles. Yeah, we know we are. Um, Bruno watched a movie with his mom, came back, and we're still streaming. Yeah, pretty accurate. Yeah, welcome to the channel.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just regular stuff going on here.
UK Eurovision Joker-thon.
Jörn actually has a good point. Jan would have scored less than Blanca, which is
He would,
probably, yeah,
and I
which
would
is
have been heartbroken. So it's good that they rigged the hell out of it so that I didn't
but I
see it.
mean, if he won, we wouldn't have known that he scored less, you know.
Yeah, and he would
Um,
have qualified for sure. So honestly, I would have been very happy with it either
Steve
way.
says there is only one football team in Liverpool, only one Premiership team anyway. Are you dumb? You know, like if you have the okay, I'm going on a rant now. The most amount of seasons spent in the top division. You know what team that is, right? Everton, 120. 120 seasons in the top division. Obviously, it's like the definitive version of the team that is the Premiership. Second place team in that list, Aston Villa, 108 seasons. You don't what you call it, provoke me into being mad because you already managed to do it. But here's the thing. The
Don't talk to me about everything.
the Premier League, the English top division of football, is not real without Everton in it. You know, it's you can't. Mm, it's literally the team that spent the most time out of every team in England in that division. Just pipe down, Steve. Pipe down. Oh. The thought of some absolute hardcore football ultra crying in front of the TV to Eurovision fills me with joy. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean that is fair.
God.
um,
I want to say a good thank you to everyone who submitted their predictions with the numbers next to the country, because that way I don't have to like
yeah,
mentally
that's
count.
that's
That is
pretty. Yeah,
amazing.
that's helpful.
Someone submitted a prediction where Croatia is 25th in the total vote, and I don't know if maybe they meant that as a jury prediction, but no, because Estonia is below it, so I guess no, never mind. Ignore
You'll
what I'm
you'll
saying.
have to fix that. Um,
Yeah, I can handle this. It's fine.
Yeah, I think you can as well. I've lost all of the stuff that's going on in the chat. There have been too many. I just got around to the in the UK Guardian. There is an article ranking, so I'm basically way behind here.
Catch up,
Um,
catch up.
Leos, this was my first ESC, and I think it was really good. It was really good. I especially liked the show. I thought the production that the UK brought or the BBC brought to this one was really top notch.
I think this is
Um,
a really good one to start with,
yeah,
honestly.
it is. Um, Obviously, both of us have been watching it for a bit too long, I guess. We have different experiences with watching this, but I'm always happy to have more people join the group, I guess, of watching this,
Mhm.
and I think this is a great season to start with, as Santi says. So happy to hear
Yeah.
you enjoyed it, and let's hope that the next year will be equally good, so you didn't get like the expectations at the very top, and then we'll be disappointed moving forward. But if I don't want to sound big headed or anything, but Sweden are hosting next year, and Sweden usually do pretty well at
Sweden,
hosting. So
Sweden, Sweden, blah blah blah.
it is the way it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you gonna have Petra Mede again?
I have no
Or is she?
idea.
No, she's not working for Swedish television anymore, is she?
Yeah, I mean, money talks, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Milos actually brought up the best point of the entire day. On a Sunday is no longer the worst Romanian ever result. Thank for that. Like, oh, wonderful. Okay, people have never seen me this angry as when I shouted at Steve about Everton, I guess. Uh, Go off, but it ends this year. Hodgepodge fun, it can't end this year because 120 seasons and Aston Villa is second in that list and they are on 108. So possibly in 2036, if Everton are not back in the Premier League by then it ends. I will still have a lot of years left where I can bask in the glory of being the top club in
uh,
that list.
yeah. Alipan says in chat they were a good boy and added the numbers, and I confirm that the numbers are in. However, the numbers are 26 Sweden, 25 Finland, 24 Croatia, and then nothing else.
What? What's Yikes.
Good prediction. Yeah,
um.
I like that.
All right.
Stay awesome.
Schnitzel says we have a team like Everton in France group that has spent a lot of seasons in first division, but it's not good enough to win and not bad enough to drop. Rennes. I know Rennes because they used to have Swedish players 20 years ago. They had Kim Källström, or I should say it in Swedish, Kim Källström, and Andreas Isaksson. They both played for Rennes, and Källström also played for Lyon, of course, and had massive success there. But Rennes is like a big favorite team in Sweden because obviously we had Swedish players there. So everyone, I think most people in Sweden have a bit of a soft spot for Rennes, just because of the Sweden connection.
Ooh, Empo got the top 3 exactly correct as well.
I mean, there is another guy who did that too, who's sitting right here. You
Who?
and me,
I don't know.
Empo. We're the.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's definitely not you, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't predict Georgia first, and Italy 21st, and Estonia dead last. I would
Whoopsie.
never know how genius operates.
Yep.
Mm.
Vlad is already looking forward to the national final season, which, I mean, it's 7 months away, but sure.
National final season for GSC, which sometimes there's a selection in July or whatever.
Oh,
I've never
something.
watched any of those, but
No. Um, Jonathan says Everton not even in the relegation zone anymore. Ruud has the upper hand here, to be fair. I mean, you're absolutely right, Jonathan, but we can't take that for granted. Everton lost again today, and they're very much living on the very border, and it's very very scary times. I want Farah to host. Yeah, Farah would be a good host, honestly, Vlad. I really like her. Speaking of football, Zlatan shared his support for Loreen before the final. I did see that, which is pretty cool. Apparently, Allison says Junior Eurovision season has already started.
has it?
Apparently, I
I
don't know.
wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either. I'm not watching it. So, Steve Groot, I know you have been to Goodison. Have you ever been to Anfield? I've been to Anfield once. It was the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool in 2016, I think. Roberto Martinez was still manager at Everton, and we had Lukaku up front. And Everton
Ah,
lost.
bless him.
Everton lost 4-0 and didn't have a shot on target. So it was not a good memory.
Lukaku on the team.
It was not a good
That
memory.
makes sense.
Yeah, but I have been to Anfield, Steve, and it was one of the worst memories of that I can bring myself to because of the result. Bruno says Georgia actually already has their selection progress going on with Ranina. One of the episodes was 1 hour before Eurovision final. I guess that's for Junior Eurovision, right? Or because obviously they're not choosing their artist for next year's Eurovision already, right?
I mean, they probably chose Blanca well in advance. So let's be
Uh,
real. I love the person who submitted the name that I will write in chat. Thank you to this person for predicting. Didn't win, but you did solidly. And maybe don't
oh,
read it out loud, or they
yeah,
will
no, no,
clip that probably.
I don't need to read it out loud. I can read in silence, in peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
This is. Do you know, Santi? Do you know what Kahoot is?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So all of my
And it
students,
has banger
they
music.
yeah, true.
Mhm.
All of my students basically write those names when they submit themselves into the quizzes.
It's classic.
They think yeah,
It's the oldest trick in the book.
yeah. I mean, they're not that smart though. They usually don't write like anything clever that looks like a real name. It's mostly just like
Mhm.
okay, maybe I shouldn't say anything out loud because it's kind of inconvenient, but and maybe a bit immature. Um,
I mean, we're talking about your students putting funny names in Kahoot, so I would assume it would be immature.
Yes, exactly. And if I say it out loud, then
Mhm.
someone will clip it and I will be taken down. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
by
But
the
you can
by
just
the
all
YouTube gods.
imagine that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Seeing the predictions with Spain as a winner is painful, and I
Mhm.
feel like almost everyone predicted France top 10. Like I'm struggling to find a single prediction that doesn't have France top 10.
Yeah, I mean, so we weren't that far off.
No, I mean a lot of people are doing worse than you actually because
Haha.
you got 16 in the total score.
I mean, there. I mean, I did better than you, so you're one of those people. You know.
Yeah, I got 8, so
Mm. Um, how far until you're done? You think?
not much. I am almost done actually. It shouldn't take
All
me
right.
maybe 3 minutes.
All
Mhm.
right. We can do 3 minutes.
And I am almost ready. I
Good.
hope
Good.
everyone's very excited. Can you be the hype man?
No, you'll have to take that
Wow.
responsibility.
Okay, everyone, get excited.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Is
Yeah,
this Taya and Selena bringing the hype here?
yeah, exactly. Okay, I just remembered now. It reminded me of the Jeb Bush in the Republican primary in 2016 had a moment where he was having a conference or a speech or whatever, and then at the end he goes silent for a second and he says, "Please clap."
Yeah,
And
that's what we're gonna
that's
do.
probably what killed his whole career afterwards because it's just
Please clap.
incredibly ridiculous.
That's pretty funny.
Ooh, someone's getting a decent result here.
Did you know something interesting actually? You know your
Okay.
last the video you posted today.
Yes, that everyone should watch and like and
Yeah,
subscribe
but
and everything. Yeah.
it was posted 4 hours ago, and we started
Mm-hmm.
streaming more than 3 hours ago. And
Yeah.
your video has more views than this stream has apparently, like in total. So basically, you should be the channel that shout outs mine. I think, not the other way
You have more
around.
subscribers for now.
For
But
now.
to be fair, on my thumbnail, I have cats wearing the Gadia
Oh,
green
it's all
device.
about the thumbnail. I should have. Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, where did you put the big red arrows? The reaction there. Oh,
Oh, yeah. True.
shocker
I need to
prediction.
put
Yeah.
shocking faces and also a Keria suit
Mm-hmm.
on both of us, like the Groot and the Quagsire on the thumbnail. They need
I did the
Keria
edits with the
arms.
Gadia
Yeah.
Quagsire.
Oh,
I called it Quadia.
I didn't. Oh God, I didn't think this one through enough. Hey ho.
Sad. Let's go. The
Hmm.
word hey ho has been
Yeah,
rough
I
around
can't say
forever.
hey ho no because all I think of is
It's
just
impossible.
yeah, it's
I could
impossible.
watch Snow White and see the dwarves, and I would be like,
Huh.
"Kishin."
uh,
God.
oh
Uh,
God.
People are predicting Serbia to do well in some places.
Mm. I mean, it's a
No, I'm
good thing
afraid
we
not.
didn't do this for the semifinals because then so many people would have predicted Latvia, and then we would have got the hope up, and then
Yeah, and then we would have cried.
yeah, which we
Uh,
already did, of course. But I mean,
yeah, but I do that with or without Eurovision, so
that's so very
boys do
unfortunate.
cry.
Oh yeah, push to cry for sure. Mm.
Yeah, mountains they crumble,
And
rivers they run
aeroplanes,
dry,
something
fall from the sky.
fall from the sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Peter asks, how do you think Ireland can turn their ish around? What's the ish?
their
I,
issue, maybe. I don't know.
okay. I mean, how do we even think they can turn it around? Because it's like they
They
don't
would
have
need to
anything
go
to,
back to like
but they don't
they
have
can go
anything
back
to
to like
pick from.
1996. You know that sort of stuff.
That could be
Like,
approach, I
go with the
guess.
Celtic thing. In GSC, they just got fourth with a really good
Because
ballad in
it
Irish.
feels like the Ireland are doing the same issue as the United Kingdom are doing. They're going for like,
Hmm.
oh, this one would work on the radio and everyone can kind of like it, but then no one will
Their
love it.
delegation is just very bad. They need to completely fire
Relearn,
everyone and hire new people.
fire everyone. Um,
Yeah.
no, but like I think they need to like to quote the song from Unsolid for Liverpool. They need to dare to be different. You know, it's
Hmm.
not it's not a good concept to just have oh yeah, this is harmless and a cute little song that would work on the radio. That's the wrong approach to take because
Absolutely.
you'll always have some countries that send that as well, and then for your song to be the superior out of those, I mean it's gonna be difficult to do that. Um, And yeah, I think it's quite a good idea actually to draw the parallel with Denmark because Denmark are doing a similar thing and they're really struggling as well. And of course, in
Hmm.
2018 they sent Higher Ground, and all of a sudden they did really well.
Oh, that was such a banger.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I loved it.
Yeah, so I think you just kind of need to take a different approach. And I understand that like if you look at the UK, I understand like Spaceman was of course kind of I guess the odd one out there
A fluke.
because yeah, I mean they did send something very accessible that year, but the thing is that was among all of the accessible songs that you had, that was so far and like head and shoulders above the rest, especially like down to his vocal and
Hmm.
everything as well. And then if Ireland wants to succeed with something within a very accessible style, it needs to be that impressive in that regard. I think at least for it to succeed.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Mm.
Um, I do believe I have checked everyone's predictions, and we have a result.
Ooh. Oh,
So,
cue the
Groot.
Eurovision voting music.
So, Groot, if you were one of these contestants, which let's consider that you are,
Hmm.
for the final prediction specifically,
Like jury, televote,
with
and
your
final, or
16
only the
points,
final results?
no, no, just the final result, the
Yep.
total. Because remember, you got 16 points in the
Hmm.
total prediction.
Hmm.
You would actually be tied second place, a
Oh,
silver medal.
oh, where would you be, Santi? 19th? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of
Uh,
myself.
no, probably lower, probably like
Oh,
25th.
wow. Okay. But
So,
that means, I mean,
shock. Yeah.
I mean, I was so sure that predictions is the worst thing I'm at, and everyone's making fun of my predictions. But look at this. Only one person beat me.
Well, this is because we use this system. Yeah. But I think if we did like
Don't
an
blame the
average thing, that would
system.
take way longer to
Okay,
count. Blame
yeah.
its victims. That's the climate thing.
If we did the average system, I would my,
You
you
would get
would
absolutely massacred.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to count my score because it's just the most absurd. Okay, but then 16 is for second place.
Hmm.
Are we gonna do like a little bit
Yes.
of a like
I'm
top
going to
three,
do
excluding me?
actually a top five.
Yep.
And you will be included in the top five, just so you can be happy. I'm just going to double check the winner
This will go
to
to
be
Groot's head.
completely
Oh, it's
sure.
already way above my head right now. It's like up in the clouds, you
Hmm.
know.
Hang on. I'm just double checking things.
Hmm.
Du-du-dum,
And I'm
du-du-dum.
waiting. Don't blame the system. We knew the supervisor is Swedish. Uh,
Nailed it. Yeah, okay. So, drumroll, please.
I can't do a drum roll. Oh, yeah, good job. Oh, that's awful to listen to.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So, in fifth place and fourth place, both of them with 15 points,
Hmm.
so just under Groot's 16.
Hmm.
We have Max, who I do not think is in this live stream.
Well, he's disqualified then.
And then
Okay.
someone who is in this live stream, Schnitzel. We will
Okay,
put you fourth as the tiebreaker because you are actually
because you're
here.
here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna write down the whole like when we got the whole top five, I will write it here and I will
Mm-hmm.
pin it. So you said
Yeah.
Max 15 and Schnitzel 15. So Schnitzel is fourth and
Mm-hmm.
Max is fifth. All right.
Yeah. Moving on to second and third place,
Mm-hmm.
tied once again. Uh, we have Groot
Mm-hmm.
with 16 points, and we also have Willem with 16 points, which I do
M.
not know if I pronounced that correctly.
How do you spell that?
Villem.
Okay. So basically, Willem gets third because I mean I'm definitely here, so I win the tiebreak.
Are you really?
Sorry, Willem, but
Uh,
I mean you're losing that tiebreak because there's nothing you can do about it.
mhm.
And I haven't seen any Willem in the chat, but maybe he or she has a different name on YouTube. I don't know.
Quite possible.
Quite possible.
At any rate, we have one winner
Uh huh.
who is above the others by the massive margin of 2 points,
And it's
almost
not
a Malta.
Santi.
And it's not Georgia either, who came in first.
All right.
And our winner with 18 points is Andy Niash,
Oh,
which I'm
really?
not sure how to pronounce. But
He's
Andy, you
absolutely
actually
here.
won.
He's absolutely here.
Uh-huh.
I'll just make sure I write the last name correctly here. Niaush. How do you pronounce that,
And,
Andy? We never know. Uh, prediction
and
winners.
funnily enough, Andy actually predicted Spain to win.
Oh yeah.
However, other than that, the points come from Sweden and Finland, second and third, so one for each.
Mm,
Norway fifth, spot on.
mm.
Ukraine seventh, one off. Armenia 14th, spot on. Moldova 18th, spot on. Switzerland 20th, spot on. Albania 22nd, spot on as well.
That's pretty damn impressive. Well done, Andy.
Absolutely.
So 18
Huj
points for
Fuj,
Andy, right?
yep. Huj Fuj, you got 4 total points, and I did not. Sorry.
4 points.
There's someone who got 2 as well,
Oh,
but
yeah.
but anyway, we are not bullying. Sorry,
No, no.
Bruno, I can check. Basically, for the last few ones, I just skipped through when I noticed that it clearly wasn't a winner.
Mm.
Bruno, you have gotten, so let me count. So 1,
Oh, you got a
4.
point at least.
Hang on, is this? Oh, 7,
Ooh.
8.
What if Bruno just comes in here with 22 points now and just wins it, and you just missed him?
Nah.
Nah.
Bruno, I believe you got 10 points, which more or less mid-table.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's the same as.
Frajola,
Wait, who was
yeah.
it that got 10 points in the semi? Was it Ireland, right? So it's
Uh,
you and Ireland, Bruno.
uh, I can answer individual ones. Steve, I do not believe you came last. However, I will check. To come last, you need to have less than 2 points, which would
Very
admittedly be
difficult.
impressive to do.
Yeah, like it's actually quite impressive if you
Yeah,
get that few
and
points.
Steve, you got Sweden, so you already got 3.
Okay, so yeah.
No, never mind. That was the jury's. But you got Israel, so you already got 3. So no worry, you're not last. Yeah,
Hodgepodge
Ali
says
Pan,
who
you're.
came last. I guess we're not gonna out the names, but I guess that
Well,
person
we
with the
are because Ali Pan just said I can take the embarrassment.
Oh, and he was last.
Uh, Ali Pan got exactly 2 points. I will read the prediction in order because I really love this.
Mm-hmm.
In order from 1st to 26, we have Italy, Czechia, Moldova, Armenia, Belgium,
Belgium was
Albania,
close.
France, Sweden, Estonia. Estonia actually gives 1 point.
Mm.
Norway, Germany, Austria, Serbia, Australia, Switzerland, Slovenia, UK, Ukraine, Cyprus, Spain, Israel, Finland, Portugal. Portugal actually gives. No, wait, you got 4 points because Portugal was 23rd. Ooh.
Oh,
So 4 is actually the
but
least, the
are you
smallest
are you
amount.
telling me that Andy predicted Finland in 22nd?
No, Alipan.
Oh, Alipan, sorry. Finland
Yeah.
22nd and Israel 21st, right?
Yes.
Alipan, I think
And Moldova
you
third.
did a Belarusian jury and put your list upside down, right?
Well, that would mean Italy dead last, so that's not too accurate
Okay,
either.
well, maybe you did a random.org, right?
Jakob, I am looking at your own results. I could be making this up from the start and no one would ever know. That's funny.
Exactly.
Jakob, so you got Sweden and Finland right. That's already 6. You got Italy 1 ahead, so that's 7. You got Moldova correct, so that's 10. Poland 1 off, that's 11.
Pretty well.
Yeah, 11 points. That's not too
11.
bad.
No.
I had a few on Friday, says Alifan.
uh,
And I think Jay Sora asked earlier about their results too. How did they do? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm. 5. 6. 7. 7 points for Jay Sora. Hodgepodge, the ones that you got right. This is a long sheet.
I feel like I'm doing much use right now on the stream. This is basically just ask Santi where you place the prediction stream.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, it's a nice way to
I should
close
have.
all of this. As we're in on 3.5 hours of stream.
Oh, Hodgepodge, I finally found you. Hodgepodge, you got 1 point from Portugal. You predicted 24th. What else? One from Norway, who you predicted 4th. One from Israel, and one from Finland. So you also got 4 points, actually, Hodgepodge.
4.
Host city prediction. Let's do this, actually. Because here's my theory. So Stockholm was in 2016, and Malmö was in 2013. So theory would be weird to have those two again. And I'm thinking Göteborg seems like the obvious choice at that point.
It would be really nice, but is that your prediction? Göteborg?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's go with it.
saying it's gonna be Stockholm again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We just need to wait for Neta to announce.
Yeah, but I want it to be Göteborg really bad, but I think it's gonna be Stockholm.
I'm just going to check if Neta has announced a host city prediction. That way we can at least exclude one. Norrköping.
Norrköping.
Oh, that's how you say it?
Yeah, Köping. When you have K
whatever
and
Swedish is.
Yeah, K is sometimes being pronounced as sh in certain words.
Yeah. Are they big enough arenas? I'm looking up Neta City.
Alpan asks, are there enough big arenas? In the big cities in Sweden there are, but otherwise no.
And how many big cities are there?
I mean, basically Stockholm, Gothenburg, and Malmö.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
surely only Göteborg has the capacity.
Yeah, if they're gonna pick a new city. Um,
Well,
Janet
she
just
predicted
says,
Finland to win, so that's already.
I mean, Janet says, but Groot is basically the meta here, right? So, I mean, you know, prediction
So you're
genius
saying
over
it's going to
here.
be Stockholm. Good job. It's not
Oh.
going to be Stockholm
All
then.
right.
uh, God. Okay. There's someone mentioned. I'm looking at a meme here. You know how Luxembourg is returning?
Yes.
What if Luxembourg wins and Netta predicts they host in Luxembourg City?
Oh. Mm.
Can the space-time continuum handle that?
We'll see. Fraiola actually has a good
Luleå.
suggestion. Do it on the Gulf of
Mhm.
Bothnia and co-host with Finland. That would be
Do
quite.
it on Åland.
Yeah, on
Host it
on
on
Åland.
Åland. Yeah,
uh,
surely that's satisfying for
I
everyone.
highly doubt we have. It's going to be an outdoors Eurovision, I think.
Just bring a picnic.
Yeah, it's going to be a picnic.
Uh,
Picnic for Eurovision. I don't know.
with the nice Åland weather.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, we're gonna. I definitely need to round off the
Mhm,
stream now. Thank you, Santi, for joining me. But
mhm.
it's time for
Thank you
sleep.
for having me. This was too much. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going here
And
for 3.5 hours
Andy
again.
now has. Mhm,
Yeah, Andy has what?
yeah. I don't know. You figure out something as a. Andy is now the star of the channel
Oh yeah.
for being the
Basically,
visionary.
Andy, you get your prize is to have a message pinned in this chat room where it says that you won the prediction game.
Mhm,
Congratulations. Yes, wonderful. And yeah, Santi, I don't know when you will pop up
mhm.
on a stream again. I hope someday, but
Someday, surely.
we
Hmm.
we're kind of done with Eurovision now for I guess almost a year, um,
Yeah.
which is sad. But if
Oh, you know what we could do? A Benidorm Fest reaction eventually.
I mean that's in 2024, but yeah, you
Yeah.
keep that in mind, Santi.
I keep this little flag with me for them. And
Yes,
that one,
yes,
which is the better one. But
yes, 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 yes. And I guess we'll see when Santi
we're
comes
missing.
around again.
Oh.
Like people will miss you, Santi. Like you're part of the channel now.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing Schnitzel.
You'll just have to
Mm.
what's it called? Come down for or come around for a casual stream here and
For a
again.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show up in the chat every now and then, that's for sure.
Oh, that's
Thank
well.
you
That's
very
the
much. Merci beaucoup, Schnitzel. Muito obrigado, a gente. Muchas gracias. Steve, I don't know where you're from actually, so but
well.
I'm the linguist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very very well. um, I think Andy is from Romania. I'm pretty sure. So bring out your Romanian here as well, Santi. Let's hear it.
um, mulțumim or
Isn't it?
mulțumesc.
Isn't it
I can't
multumesc?
remember which
Yeah,
is
it's
which. I
multumesc
can't remember.
is
It's like
thank
one
you.
is plural, one is singular,
Oh, really? Oh, I knew
but I'm not
multumesc,
sure.
but then we can
Ja, ik
say
spreek een beetje Nederlands.
you.
Ik,
Why did I say you?
maar mijn Nederlands is slecht. Het is niet zo goed. En uh, dat is de Vlaamse taal, niet de Neder. I don't know. I don't. I never learned Flemish properly.
Dankjewel, Santi. All right,
Ik
Santi.
begrijp nog een beetje.
Okay, soon I'm muting Santi. He can stick around in the chat and write in all of these languages.
Bruno, eu posso falar português com um sotaque do Brasil.
And there we go. Now he's muted. Wonderful. We're gonna close the stream now because I get to go to bed, and you can all hang out with Santi in the chat. Any last words,
I'm
Santi?
gonna go to bed as well. I'm exhausted beyond words.
All right, good. You need to start your own streaming channel so you can just do your linguist stuff over there. and
Maybe.
and my streams will actually be shorter than 3 hours for
I
once.
sounded like the Google Translate woman. I think that's because I mean my Brazilian Portuguese came mostly from Duolingo.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
So
Mm.
that would make sense. Swedish Santi is not happening. Swedish
It
is a
is
language
happening.
I
I will judge. I
no.
will sit here like side eyeing you and just like, that's
Mm-mm,
that's how we're
mm-mm.
sounding, huh? Um, enjoy
Right.
your time in Italy, Steve. That sounds wonderful. I'm a bit jealous, but
Ooh,
work
awesome.
is calling.
Yeah. Mhm.
I
I
hope you
thought you
enjoy
were
Italy,
saying it.
though.
I'm a bit jealous, but work,
Work is
as in
calling.
the WERK.
I'm too old,
You know
Santi.
that one?
No, I'm too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Right.
all right. Well, Santi, hope to see you soon in another
Mm-hmm.
stream. We will be talking in
Yeah.
private, of course, but for all of you, I hope you have enjoyed having
Mm-hmm.
Santi around.
Yeah.
He'll be back at
Boa
some point.
noite, Altarusten, Naptevuna,
You can speak English, Santi.
whatever.
Everyone
Good night.
understands if you say good night. Wonderful. Are we
Good
having a
night,
good night?
everyone.
Good night, everyone. Have a good one. And thank you for coming
And
out
I'm
tonight.
leaving now.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.